Okay, we're back for more of these fake granddaughter Avalon Lostbelt. Continue on. We acquire Mash Curelet. Back from the memory. Reunited together again. This time. No separate ways. Anyway, we're on section 20. Chocolate Empire. Edinburgh. Did you say chocolate?
I hear a bell ringing. I hear bones too.
The harbor shall return to empty shore, but the calamity shall vanish into the distant sky.
It's a signifier of the fairy's apology. The sound of her soul accepting its sins.
The round fortress shall burn, and a bell of water shall appear.
Once all of them have rung.
Confessed sinners shall make the acquaintance of the guillotine.
And as for the fairy of paradise,
Having fulfilled her role, the child of prophecy shall say farewell to her home.
yes, I offer fairies no salvation. I shall defend my land. Nothing more.
I will save the fairies. I will carry out the duty I've been given.
With all the magical energy I have stored in this throne, I have nothing to fear from the great calamity. Furthermore, only a chosen fairy can sit this throne.
That throne is the sign that my That throne is the sign that my pilgrimage has ended. It's key to keeping Britain alive. Avalon Lostbelt, the anchor of paradise.
You are neither like other fairies nor that foreign mage. You have been chosen. You are neither a rebel nor an invader. You are the staff of selection's chosen wielder. You and you alone have the right to bring me to justice. Fairy sent from paradise. Even should you fill oceans with the blood you shed in battle against me, you would be innocent of sin.
I have been chosen. I'm not like the fairies of Britain, or my king of night self from proper human history. I'm neither a rebel nor an invader. No matter how many fairies I kill because of a war I begin, I will still be free of sin.
If you wish to save Britain, you must defeat me and claim the throne for yourself. Go then, fulfill that absurd prophecy if you can. You should know better than anyone that you have no choice.
That's right. Defeating Morgan, the fairy of paradise who forsook her duty, is my only choice if I'm going to save Britain.
But what happens afterwards? What happens after I do something I don't want to do? Something nobody wanted me to do. I'm a fairy of paradise too. Is there anywhere I can call home?
Hello, everyone. You got back sooner than I expected. Look who's waiting for us in the middle of the road.
Huh? Senpai? Da Vinci? Who is that? And why does he look exactly like Red Hair?
Oh, that's Retrobit. He's a fairy from this Lostbelt, and one of our trusty companions. Don't worry, he won't bite.
I see. Nice to meet you, Retrobit. My name's Mash Kyrielite. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The pleasure's all mine, sweet lady. How deliciously polite of you.
Hang on, though. Weren't you supposed to wait for us in Edinburgh?
Yes, I was. But I'm not really one for staying put, you know. I thought I might run into you all sooner if I waited near the entrance to the Ashen Shore. So I just ran up here. Alright then, hop into the wagon. I'll make sure you ride to the Queen City of Edinburgh. It's as smooth as can be.
That sounds great. I was just thinking I was sick of walking everywhere. That's the biggest downside of being summoned as a caster. Your legs get tired way too damn fast.
Hmm? One moment, please. I don't believe we've met before.
Oh, my name's Grimmer. I'm a friend of Soapfrost.
A friend of Soapfrost? Then, does that mean you're also from Propeller Humming?
Proper human history?
That's the one. Proper human history. Thank you, Mash. Any girl as thoughtful as you is especially welcome to ride on my wagon.
Mash, could you come here a moment? Let's not indulge him too much, okay? Right. I'm still not sure what your relationships are to one another, but I'll do my best to be careful.
So, if you're both Soapfrost acquaintances from Proper Human History, Lord Muramasa, does that mean you and Lord Grimmer are two horses of a mane, so to speak?
Huh? I guess we're in the same category, technically. Why?
Oh, it's nothing. My animal intuition tells me that the two of you are the best of friends. But I can't help but wonder which of you would win in the fight.
What? You gotta ask? Me, of course. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Act any fool and even they can tell you Grimmer would be the clear winner. Exactly. Who gives a fig what a fool has to say? Alright, you, get over here. I'll take it easy on you and only use the back of my sword. Well, I'm impressed you can tell which is which. That thing's so dull, might as well be a club. Alright, punk, you're going down.
指ならしっとさて
完全に応援の手に入らすべて見つめるよろしい
最高のカードを君
はい今のうちに準備運命ですからよく言いましたそれはいつか来る兆しの星誰に呼ばれるまでもなくあなたは星をかざすでしょうアラウンドカリバーンそういいでしょう私の足元で許しを乞いなさい落ちよロードレスキャメロット
What?
逃がす者
疲れたかい
The
あ
hell,
とはゆっ
man?
くりいい夢を見るといい
And the winner is neither of you. The truly strong don't get into stupid brawls.
Artorias got you both there. Hang on. I didn't really lose. The only reason we technically lost is because Grimmer's so-called mage ass doesn't have a single support skill. How was I supposed to know you're such a crap warrior? You can't even defend yourself. Besides, when it comes to guts, I've got enough for a boatload of Vikings.
Both of you, shut up and get on the wagon. We need to get to Edinburgh today, damn it!
Wow, that was better than I thought. Anyway, assuming Grimmer's wolves are walking, the wagon only holds 6 people, and there are 7 of us now. Want me to follow along on my skates?
That's okay. I'll just ride on Retrobit's back. You don't mind, right, Retrobit?
No, that should be fine. A little fairy like you won't affect my performance at all.
But we're still quite far north. Won't you be cold riding outside? I could always run alongside a wagon instead. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'm used to the cold up here. Alright, let's go, Frost. I know there used to be a village in Edinburgh a long time ago, but I don't know what's become of it in the era of the High Queen. Of course, given Knock-Knock Riaba's distaste for humans, I doubt it'll be more than a handful of people at a campsite.
This part. Man. I wonder, Wait a second. What if I actually use Merlin? Double Meemlin. Here, and then switch that. Because I want to level up my Mystic Code anyway. And then I can use whatever I want. Shit. There you go. Oh. Hope of good luck.
Attention, citizen of Edinburgh! Lady Knock-Knock Riaba has returned to our fair city for a temporary respite. She will be recuperating at the previous queen's grave for the next few days, after which she will once again depart for the front lines. Main street vendors may remain open for business after sundown. Do not let the city's lamplights die out. Remember, Lady Knock-Knock Riaba loves this nightless city with all her heart. Glory to the King clan! Glory to Edinburgh, the Queen's city! Woohoo! At long last, it's time for war. I can't wait. I thought this day would never come. It's been 10 years since I escaped from the south. I'm proud to call myself a member of the King clan now. I still can't believe how generous Lady Knock-Knock Riaba was to share her power with a good-for-nothing like me. I'd do anything to help her. I'm liquidating my whole stock. Go on, help yourself for next to nothing.
Do you have the latest daily report? May I see it? 29th military training exercise complete. The victory bell rings for the north. Even as I write these words, I cannot help but tremble with awe at the sheer might of the King clan's army. Even the giant troops, whose lack of expertise we feared might hold our forces back, have become exceptional soldiers. If the way these fine warriors make quick work of large moors is any indication, Camelot's ramparts won't stand a chance. According to First Captain Gerbay, our army could easily overthrow Camelot even if they were to march out today. Once the fighting began, it would be over in 1, 2, no more than 3 or 4 days at most. That last part's a little worrying, but Lady Knock-Knock Riaba's going to be on the front line herself, right? We can't lose then. Besides, our queen would never pick a fight she knew she couldn't win.
Lady Riaba can always use another pair of hands. Soldiers, medics, clerics, transport, production. We need all the help we can get. Whatever job you take, you're guaranteed a fair wage. All we want to see from you is motivation. Also, if you know anyone afflicted with more sickness, please bring them in right away. If the disease is caught earlier enough, it can still be cured. I know, because I was once infected myself. Lady Riaba doesn't discriminate between upper and lower class like Morgan. All she cares about is whether you have the will to live. That is why the leader of our very own King clan, who believes in all of her citizens equally, should be the next king of Britain. Whoa.
Wow.
It's like the stereotypical evil empire come to life.
I can't believe it. This is the Northern Village? It's even more developed than Salisbury. What in the world has happened here since the beginning of the era of the High Queen?
I don't know how you feel. I was shocked the first time I came here too. My past elf note says the Northern Village used to be basically a small group of nomads. I guess Mab, the King clan's last queen, must have been one hell of a leader. In just a single generation, she built a city that rivals the Edinburgh of proper human history. And a city that's home to northern fairies as well as the fairies who migrated here from the south to boot. I don't know where you get off looking so smug about that. You got nothing to do with their success. Still, there's no denying this one hell of a city. Everything from the foot traffic to business dealings feels like the real deal.
I see there's a big cathedral here too.
Yep, there's a beautiful church called St. Giles Cathedral in our world, Edinburgh, too. It's probably another one of those human history convergence things. That said, the Edinburgh in proper human history and the one here are built on very different ground. Namely, this one looks like it's been built on top of a rocky mountain. And unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any Colton Hill or Arthur's Seat here either. Huh? Hey, Mash, do you know what Arthur's Seat is?
I've only read about it, but yes, in proper human history, Arthur's Seat is a well-known tourist spot. It's a steep rocky mountain not too far from Edinburgh itself. According to legend, King Arthur himself once sat on it to look out over the land. Thus the name.
I see. There sure are a lot of legends about King Arthur, huh?
Yeah, he's brought up in one form or another in all the big tourist spots. Some other notable ones include Winchester, Glastonbury, and Tincargo and Cornwall.
So, getting back to our negotiation with Riaba, they did say she was back here now, didn't they? So that probably means she's in a palace then, right? Shall we just barge in there now?
Yeah, okay. I guess Riaba is technically our enemy. She's probably not exactly eager for an audience with us, but hold that thought for a minute, okay? Hey, Silfrost, I think Artoria's doing her headstrong thing again. Now what do we do? It's too bad Oberon's not here right now. I mean, just look at her.
A head-on clash with Riaba, huh? Now I'll finally get to let out all those years of pent-up frustration with her.
Eyewitness report, savage shadow prophecy, spotted shadow boxing, whatever that thing. I'll look up in the past. I definitely like to avoid storming the front gate.
Obviously, there's no way she'd listen to us then. Now, how to go about it?
Excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt your discussion, but it looks like we have, company. They clearly have us surrounded now. We may have no choice but to fight.
There, you see? I knew that stuff about law and order in the city was all a load of bunk. Then again, attacking outsiders without even a word of warning is just the kind of thing I expect from a nation run by Riaba. Alright, everyone, get your weapons ready. Once we break through this dragnet, We'll storm our way right into castle.
Thank you for coming, Lady Artoria. We've been waiting for you and your entourage to arrive. I'm sure you must be tired from your long journey, but please, do try to compose yourself. Now, if you'll kindly follow me to the cathedral, I can take you to see Lady Knocknap Riaba right now.
What?
Oh, right. I almost forgot. I wrote a letter to make an appointment for you ahead of time. It said, Dear Knocknap Riaba, Queen of the North, get ready to see me, 'cause I'm coming for you tomorrow. Cheers. And of course, since I wrote such a nice letter, I got a very nice reply back not long after. It said, I am prepared to welcome the child of prophecy in a manner befitting a king. Best wishes. I must say, I thought the Northern fairies were all barbarians who tried to solve the problems with violence. But it seems Queen Knocknap Riaba is much more sophisticated than I realized.
Okay. If she's extended us an invitation, I guess we should take her up on it.
Huh?
She actually accepted the invitation? She didn't try to kick in the front gate? Really? Oh crap. All of you, get out of here. Take the back entrance. I want you out of this room in 2 seconds.
Are you sure about this? Just a few moments ago, you were giddily talking about knocking the... Okay. Just a few moments ago, you were giddily talking about knocking the child prophecy down a few pegs. And showing her that ringing 4 bells wasn't nearly enough to make her a match for you.
Change your plans, okay? I mean, how would it look if I were to greet a small group of peaceful visitors with a fully armed platoon?
Huh? You still worry about your reputation? Isn't it at about the same level as an apple that missed harvest season?
What's that? You're saying my rep already fell from the tree and is rolling in the mud? Is that your way of asking for 100 lashes?
Okay, you heard her. Everybody out. My apologies for keeping you waiting. The Queen will see you in the cathedral now. So that's how it is, huh? Ooh, spank me hard.
Well. How bold of you to just waltz in here like this, Arturia. Does this mean you finally scrounged up a bit of manners, guts, and confidence then? You're not fooling anyone, Knocknap Riaba. We could hear your soldiers scrambling to get out of here. Don't be ridiculous. Those were my footsteps, no one else's. Now, I won't hear one more word about it. 1, 3, 5, 7. I'm not surprised to see Oberon's not with you, but what about that other girl? You know, the one who looked like she was in heaven with her cheeks all puffed out full of my chocolate. Gareth, right? Gareth? I mean, Lady Gareth stayed in Londinium to defend it as one of my knights. There was no sense in her coming all the way out here just to see another evil empire. She's already been to Camelot. Well, that's too bad. I was planning to give her a tour of my chocolate factory. Oh well, another time perhaps. Anyway, I know how you guys went up to Orkney without my permission. You know damn well that the North belongs to King Clan, and that trespassing is prohibited no matter what your reason might be. Honestly, what are you, some bandits hiding out in the mountains? I guess you still have yet to learn your place.
Would you have given us your permission if we ask?
Huh? Knocknap Riaba? Why did you freeze like that? I'm not frozen. I swear. What were those guards thinking? How could they let a human into my cathedral? I'll have to give them an extra special reward for this later. Oh, now I see.
Sorry to interrupt your friendly chat, but it sounds like you already know that Orkney's bell has been rung. Good. That saves us the trouble of filling you in. Anyway, yes, Orkney's bell used to belong to the Rain Clan. But now that the Rain Clan is gone, the King Clan are the bells. Okay. But now that the Rain Clan is gone, the King Clan are the bell's de facto guardians, as you know well. That means, to an outsider, which is to say,
From Morgan's perspective, it looks like the King clan has officially recognized the child prophecy. What do you make of that?
What do I make of it? Hang on. Who are you?
My name is Grimmer. Well, technically, I'm the second to bear that name, but that's neither here nor there. I've been watching over Orkney's belt on behalf of Berlinus Ambrosius. Berlinus Ambrosius, okay. Crap, I almost forgot. When Queen Metby and Kukulon mix. Oh man, you're right.
Aha! So you're Grimmer the Sage. The last queen told me you're a cold-blooded bastard, but you'd be bound to show up eventually. You once taught Ask the savior mage crab, right? I see. If you're here, then I guess this so-called savior must be the real deal after all.
Huh? Is that all you have to say, not that Riaba? I mean, this is Grimmer, you know? You don't feel any connection to his spirit urgent.
What are you talking about? You there. Do we have a connection?
Nope, you don't. You're Gnokna Riaba, the proud queen of the north. You care far more about your life and destiny here than you do any silly ties from human history. Speaking personally, I, for one, couldn't be happier about that last part.
Is that so? I don't know what that's all about, but thanks. I'll say this for you. You do have a nice smile. Anyway, that aside, Grimmer is right. Now that Orkney's bell has been rung, I don't have a lot of options here. Just this morning, Morgan sent me a final warning. It said, kill the child prophecy at the Ashen Shore when she returns from Orkney. If you fail to do so, I will consider my treaty with the previous head of the King clan null and void. The end.
A treaty with the previous head of the King clan? What's she talking about?
None of your business. The point is, if I don't kill the child prophecy, there'll be war. Of course, I was always planning to fight Morgan at some point, so that part's fine. The only problem is you, Artoria. Remember what I told you before? Get an army of my own, bring out these 2 bows, and learn to carry myself in a manner befitting the child prophecy, right? Well, if you can rattle all that off so readily, I must have really gotten to you. Now I'm glad I took the time to deal with you before. Yes, those were my conditions, and you met them, which means you're worthy of joining forces with me. That is why you came to Edinburgh in the first place, right? An alliance between the King clan and the child prophecy, I like it.
Well, that was easy.
It's too soon to celebrate just yet, Sopras. Knock-knock Riaba would never make things that easy. Just look at her. That's the face she makes right before she squeezes some poor sucker for everything they're worth. Hey, I never made a face like that. Still, you're not wrong. My skin might smell of sweet honey and be wonderfully soft, but I, myself, am neither. I'm going to form an alliance, but needless to say, I'll be the only king. If you're going to join me, you need to pledge your loyalty to me and obey my every command. Also, only fairies are welcome to join my alliance forces, though as far as the Round Table Army's humans go. I think I'll turn them into bees and put them to work in my chocolate factory. I'm sure they'd be much happier that way, since those pathetic, useless humans would be the first to die when the fighting starts anyway. Wait, stop that! You don't have to say anything. Not that Riaba, the Round Table Army is the best army in all of Britain. The day we obey you is the day apples start falling back up onto the trees. If you want to command us, you'll have to pound us into submission first. So how about it? You and me, ferry to ferry. Unless, of course, you're too chicken to face me. You're on. This will be a battle to determine the next king of Britain. A fight for the throne, our pride, and beauty itself. I swear on the name of the previous queen that I will face you alone and on fair ground, ferry to ferry. The winner takes command of all our combined armed forces, and the loser has to do whatever the winner says. And as a bonus prize, the winner will also get to claim the foreign mage as her spouse. What? I missed that last condition, but fine. Whatever you say. So, how are we going to do this? Another chess match? Don't be ridiculous. This is Edinburgh, the headquarters of the entire British sweets industry. There's only one kind of battle fought for pride and beauty around here. Valentine Mab Match. The ancient, traditional art of fire confectionery.
Valentine Mab Match?
What? Huh? You mean you don't know about it? I see. You really are just a country bumpkin, aren't you? Knock it out with the yokel dicks already! Besides, we country girls are tough cookies!
Excuse me, I wasn't originally going to say anything, since these negotiations are between Oitoya and Knocknat Riaba. But now that the stakes have become personal for Chaldea, I have to ask, what exactly does a map match entail?
Huh? That girl's got as much magical energy. That girl's got as much magical energy as a Tamlin, but she's also wearing black armor and carrying a great shield. Is she the one from Sheffield? Very well. I'll ignore your impertinence this one time. The map match is the last will and testament of the King Clan's previous leader, Queen Mab. It's a law that says whoever makes the most delectable looking chocolate shall be queen. Pretty sweet, right? And I, Devil Karen, the chocolate fairy, shall be the judge.
What the what? Chocolate soldier at Megalo coming from
夏だから
Igartha.
ね。戦いも観光も涼やかなものがいい。
さてどこから潰したものか。
さて、カウンティングをリラックスリラックス。最高のカードを
あまり悩ませないよ
最高のカードを
うに。どこから潰したものか。暗き水よくいい判断です。そういいでしょう。私の足元で許しを乞いなさい。落ちよロードレスキャメロット内側から
Oh,
召し上げましょ
oh. Ah, shit. No, that's okay. Oh, no wonder why. Because there's a medium chance you get inflicted when you attack her. That makes sense.
う。よく言いました。
ご要望とあらば
逃がすもの
Done.
満足のいく結果だったかい
Easy.
それは上々
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a washroom break for a second. Hey, I'm back. Bathroom break. Anyway, anyone?
It seems these would-be contenders have what it takes to compete. As a chocolate fairy, I declare this map match is now officially underway. The taste testing shall take place at high noon tomorrow. Contestants will have until then to prepare the chocolate. All contestants must use the cooking facilities provided in this cathedral and may employ up to one fairy assistant. Any questions? None here. I can't wait to get started, since I already have someone in mind to give this chocolate to. I'm going to make the best chocolate anyone will taste out here. It would be better than anything Gloucester has to offer. Hang on. Are we really doing this? What in the world does making chocolate have to do with choosing a leader? Everything. This has been the law of the land in Edinburgh for the past 1600 years.
There's no such rule in real life Edinburgh.
Alright, Lady Arturia. You take the Star Kitchen. Lady Knock Knock Riaba, you take the Moon Kitchen. I will prepare rooms for the night for the rest of Lady Arturia's companions. I'm afraid you won't be able to talk to the chalk contestants while they're in the kitchen, but you're free to talk outside the kitchens if you like. Alright, enjoy your chocolate making. And remember, fortune smiles on those with truly strong hearts.
Well, at least it was nice of them to reserve rooms for us, but... Right. Ash, I wish I could go help with Arturia myself, but... I know. You liked me to assist Arturia in a chocolate duel, right? I may be a demi-servant, but the fairies seem to treat me as one of them, so that shouldn't be a problem. That would be great. Thanks for doing this. But before you get started, I'd like to go over everything we've learned so far, just as Chaldeans. You already told us about what happened after you were sent to the past in Norwich, of course. But I still want to hear what happened to you before then, and fill you in on what's happened with us. And this should be a good place for a private chat, especially since Muramasa and Grimmer are in another room. So that's what happened to you after we got separated. Salisbury, Gloucester, Londinium, Manchester, and the Lake District, plus everything with the Round Table Army, of course. I never would have guessed that Pepe was here too, and as a counter of all things. I'm sure it fits him like a glove. Unfortunately, Pepe's not the only crypto here. We saw Beryl and Camelot too. Though it sounds like you were actually the first to run into him here. That's right. I saw him in Sheffield. That was when... You lost a black barrel, huh? Beryl probably took it from himself. I'm so sorry. All the time and effort you and Scion spent on it, and I just left it there. Don't worry, we can always get it back. Jan, I'm so sorry. If only I'd... Hey, you still didn't have your memories back after the Nameless Woods ordeal, right? Then there's no way you could have known. Don't worry about the Black Barrel. We can always track it down. The important thing is that you're still alive. Unfortunately, it looks like we won't even need it for this mission anyway. Really? I mean, if we don't have to use it, that's great, but... Machines don't work well here anyway. For that matter... Yup, we have something even better than a black barrel now. What do you mean? Are Director Gordoff and Holmes coming to help us in the Shadow Border? No, nothing like that. I'm talking about you, Mash. The Ortonox may not be working right now, but your Spirit Urchin is putting out more power than it ever has. It's probably the Tamlin rules at work. Vargas and the others were gifted the Round Table Knights' names. But you're gifted with Tamlin Galahad's name on top of already borrowing his power, giving you effectively a double Galahad bonus. No wonder you were able to go toe-to-toe with Lancelot. You're basically a high servant now. A peerless warrior even among peerless warriors.
You can feel that too, as her master. Right so fast?
Yup, my Kohai's a sight to behold.
I see. Then I'll do my very super best to help.
Hey, we're gonna go look around the city. You guys wanna come? Time for some recon, huh? Toya might be busy in the kitchen right now, but we got nothing but time on our hands. So we gotta do something to make ourselves useful. How about you, Da Vinci?
I'm going to sit this one out. Besides, I still have to write my report.
Hey, where's Mash? Isn't she with you? She went to assist Artoria. Gotcha. Sounds like she's got a real shot at winning, then. If it came to it, I was thinking I'd make the chocolate myself. But maybe now I won't need to. You're way too easy on Artoria, you know that? Is that any way for one of the foreign gods supposed to conduct himself? Shut up, you blue-haired dillweed. I still owe her my life for saving me from that auction. Besides, I oughta be asking you why you were easy. Besides, I oughta be asking you why you were so easy on Knock-Knock Ryaba. She look like a friend of yours or something? Actually, yes. But even though she's the spitting image of her, they're completely different people. Knock-Knock Ryaba's been living her own life free of influence from any human history connections. I had to go after my destiny, but she took hers by the horns and made us submit to her. I swear, I've never seen such a free-spirited woman anywhere. You can't help but smile, right? You don't say. So the last queen, Mab, disappeared in the era of the High Queen 400. And Knock-Knock Ryaba was born 100 years ago, in the era of the High Queen 1900. So, the city went without a leader for about 1500 years, huh? That's right. I thought it was strange when I first heard about this too. But apparently, the Northern Fairies counted to live by the past queen's teachings even after she was gone. They say she told them that a new King Clan Fairy would be born again one day, and that they were to obey Morgan until that day came.
So, what happened to the Northern Fairies after Knock-Knock Ryaba was born?
They went right back to their old ways, of course. Things have been tense between them and Morgan ever since. For 100 years, Knock-Knock Ryaba has been teaching the Northern Fairies order and discipline, gradually turning them into a real army. When Ainzo predicted the child prophecy, Morgan wasn't the only one who was worried. I bet Knock-Knock Ryaba went ballistic upon hearing the news too, at least on the inside. It was probably all. I've been working towards this for 100 years now. No way am I letting some podunk backwater fairy beat me to the punch. Ah, now I gotcha. That's why Artoya and the Queenie hit it off so well. Hit it off? Are you sure you don't mean bicker? I mean, they both know what it's like to bear the weight of crushing responsibility. They probably never had anyone else they could curse out without it becoming a big to-do before they met each other. They might be in completely different circumstances, but they're still equals where it counts. The way I see it, things are gonna work out no matter who wins this contest. So let's just let them have their fun. All that aside, you sure know a lot of things, don't you, Grimmer? Anything else you know but haven't shared? Like, say, why this place is called the Queen City? I don't know where the name comes from. I already told you everything I could. Huh? We're a long ways from the main road now, aren't we?
Oh, hey guys! You out for a walk too? I don't blame you. Not much to do up in our hotel room after all.
We thought we would take advantage of the opportunity to do some sightseeing too. Especially since we almost never come this far north.
Is there some kind of back alley?
Back alley? I think it's pretty obvious if you just look around, Silkfrost.
Oh, are you guys new here, huh? Welcome to Edinburgh Development Ward. This is where all the refugees who haven't been able to share in Lady Knock-Knock Riaba's power live. Still, we're all treated as full citizens. We all have jobs and roofs over our heads, even if there are just tents. In the meantime, I'm sure Lady Knock-Knock Riaba will make you guys into King Clan fairies once the war against Queen Morgan is over. So go ahead and put your tent up wherever you like. If you're lucky, you might even get a real job in medical ward. Don't worry, War's disease isn't nearly as bad as it made out to be. What's more diseases? Ah, is that a human? What in the world were you all thinking, bringing a human to Edinburgh of all places? If Knock-Knock Riaba finds out about this, you'll all be... Wait, don't tell me. Are you guys also... No, we're travelers. We're just passing through. We'll be leaving tomorrow, so please, don't worry about us. I see. Guess I better get going then. Sorry for taking up your time. No way that guy actually lives around here. There's something way too shifty about him. He's probably one of Morgan's spies. A lot of room for rats like that in a city this big. Do we tell Knock-Knock Riaba about him? Don't bother. We can't snitch on a resident of Muramasa's hunch alone. For that matter... Fucking my headphones acting funny. Bitch. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully it doesn't screw me up. For that matter, have you noticed how all the fairies in this world have scars on their shins? I'm guessing they're either refugees from the south, fairies who lost their purpose, or fugitives who fled the south. So this town's full of criminals, huh? I guess Knock-Knock Riaba's either really magnanimous, or she's really big on cheap labor. Maybe it's both. Every fairy becomes land when they die, regardless of what they were like in life. So having more fairies live here means that her territory will eventually expand. That must be how Edinburgh grew to this scale in the 1600 years since Queen Mab disappeared.
Then something doesn't add up. If fairies have been living up here for over 1600 years in the era of the High Queen, then why are the edges of Britain unchanged since the Fae era? Could the city be? I wouldn't put it past Mab to do that. Turning a desolate wasteland into a prosperous city in a single generation. Her next generation being born 100 years ago. I knew it. Now it's all making sense. No wonder Morgan's left her alone all this time. If she plays her cards wrong, Knock-Knock Riaba could end up becoming a calamity herself.
Have a trot?
Nah, I'm probably just overthinking it. There's no way that could actually be the case. Anyway, let's head back retro a bit. It's all wasteland up ahead, so there's nothing more to see here anyway.
I see. Then I take it you're going to ride on my back again. I was the one who said it wouldn't be any trouble. But that was before I knew you were much heavier than you look.
Meow, that's cause I got substance where it counts. Just you wait. Once I eventually grow up, old Happy Cat's gonna have the most banging bod you've ever seen.
Aren't you the type of fairy who never gets any older?
Anyway, I wouldn't wander around here too much if I were you so fast. I don't know why Knock-Knock Riaba let you off the hook, but if you run into any northern fairies with long memories, they won't think twice about ganging up on you.
Oh yeah? I guess you know more about that than I do, since I only have the first Grimmer's notes to go off of. Tell us something, Habitrot. The Northern Fairies used to be the first group of fairies who coexisted with humans, right? Like in the War of Summer and such? So why does Knock-Knock Riaba hate them so much now? I was wondering about that too.
What? You mean you don't even know that? Alright, I guess I can tell you. It all goes back to what happened about 4,000 years ago, during the War of Summer and Fae Era 2000. Mab invaded Britain from the Western Island and drove the other clans to the brink of extinction. Word has it that Aesk then stepped in, convinced Mab to back down and reconcile with the clan, and had her and her people officially recognized as his king clan. But that's not exactly the whole truth. For one thing, Mab would never agree to reconcile with the clans when her victory was already assured.
Yeah, good point. I always thought that story spun thing a little too neatly for the other clans. Wait, don't tell me.
Yup, Mab snatched defeat from the jaws of victory right at the very end, when her human right-hand man and husband betrayed her. And of course, Aesk wasn't about to pass up a chance like that. She backed Mab into a corner while she was already writhing in pain, and gave her the thrashing of her life. Then she made her swear to join the other clans and never attack Britain again.
When it rains, it pours, huh? I know that kind of underhanded tactic is par for the course when it comes to war, but still.
No wonder she hates humans so much. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if she wants to wipe them all out.
Nah, Edinburgh's never be this grand of a city if she just wanted to wipe humans out. I think the real question that story raises is, why was she writhing in pain? That night in Sophroft's room.
I wonder who that could be. Come in. Excuse me, senpai. I'm back on temporary reprieve from chocolate duty. But this chocolate battle is very heated, so I can't stay long.
Heated, huh? I think I can guess how things are going.
Now, if you don't mind, I'd like you to answer a question for me. What shape do you think would be best for chocolate?
Well, taking that Artoya as a beginner into consideration, I think I'd have to say something standard.
I knew it. Thank you, senpai. This was very helpful. Okay, I better get back to the battlefield. Sleep well, senpai.
Now, who is it?
Come in.
Woohoo! It's okay, human. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm Aiken, Lady Knock-Knock Ryaba's faithful soldier. Lady Knock-Knock Ryaba has just finished the 8th step of her chocolate recipe and is currently taking a break. Once she's finished, she will be up all night working on steps 9 through 19. But for now, she'd like someone to talk to while she takes a break. Yes, of course, I mean you. There's no one else in this room. Just accept that there's no getting out of this and come with me. And don't even think about trying to escape by jumping out the window. Okay. Needless to say, a fairy in Lady Knock-Knock Ryaba's position has many things to consider at all times. So this break she's taking is on a strictly need-to-know basis. There won't be any guards keeping watch. This is as far as I go, too. Don't worry, Lady Knock-Knock Ryaba's hatred of humans may be famous, but she's still not as unreasonable as a night call. As long as you hold your breath, keep quiet, stay perfectly still, and never speak except to agree with her, you might just make it out of there alive. Alright then, good night, and good luck.
There you are. I didn't expect you to come alone. Have you been enjoying the Edinburgh nightscape? We may not be as fancy as Gloucester, but I'd like to think our Main Street is still a pretty sight.
I was just waiting in my room so I'd be ready for tomorrow.
Really? You couldn't relax by yourself, even though the chocolate battle has nothing to do with you? I see. You're more considerate than I thought. Fairies don't generally show that kind of solidarity. Solidarity, I think. Solidarity. But I digress. I invited you here for a very specific reason. Tell me about the outside world. What Morgan called proper human history. I don't care about it, of course, but as the Queen of the Northern Fairies, I need to at least be familiar with it. Or are you so scared to be here without your companions that you can't even speak? Boy, mage or not, you're still just a weak little human after all. You could never be the one to make a call about whether to leak classified info to an enemy on your own.
Okay, let me start with Chaldea. And that's about the long and short of it.
Hang on. You covered all that stuff so eloquently that it was easy to follow along. I need you to stop here for a moment, though. I need to process all that of that. Okay, there's Chaldea, heroic spirits, Lostbelt, proper human history. Okay, I basically got it. Looks like there's not much point in thinking about this stuff now, is there? This is the kind of thing I can worry about after Morgan's been defeated, right?
Exactly. There's no need to get into it now.
That's fine then. Thanks for the valuable info. You have my gratitude. The gratitude of a queen. A good ruler does more than just wage war with their enemies, you know. They also need a plan to rule the nation after they've won. I know Britain isn't really surrounded by a sea of nothingness. There's actually a much larger world out there beyond the water. Of course, fairies typically hide in the woods and don't mesh well with the human world. But with the right motivation, there are a lot of ways to get around that. I can't believe there's still so much to do even after things are wrapped up here. I can't wait to get started.
Are you talking about invading other countries?
That's right. If there's another world that rich in resources, I'll have to make another Western island. And pay this, you called it North America, right? A little visit. I guess that means you and I will be enemies again when that happens. That should be fun.
She really is just like Met B.
There, you just made that face again. Just like the one you did when you made that weird comment about my chocolate fields. Why is that? Is there a version of me in your world too, or something? Wait. On second thought, don't answer that. I really want to know about this other me, but if I find out now, it's going to make me throw a tantrum.
Oh wow, she really is throwing a tantrum.
Phew, that was close, but I managed to preserve my queenly dignity.
I don't think that's...
Dignity! Preserved! Because if anyone saw that, I'd have them executed before they could tell anyone.
I saw nothing, Your Majesty.
Very good. A perfect response. Still, maybe I should at least ask you this. Let's say another version of me did exist in your world. In her final moments. Was she not betrayed by her lover? Did she remain a cold-blooded queen to the end?
Of course.
I see. Well, of course I was. There's no way I, of all people, would ever die of a broken heart. So, what kind of valiant warrior defeated me? They must have been a real strong fairy, right? Huh? Cheese? As in, the stuff made from sheep's milk and eat with bread? Huh. So there's a cheese fairy in your world. Maybe they're related to Ike and Drum.
The cheese was just a method. A human slung it.
So, that other me was killed by a human. That's what you're telling me? Did you just take all that trouble to tell me such a ridiculous story, even knowing how much I hate humans?
It's not ridiculous at all.
Are you kidding me? You can't say that kind of thing with a straight face. It's a total mood killer. Then again, it was a human that was responsible for the last queen's downfall too. I guess when you're big enough, even a little pebble can trip you up. Thinking about it that way, I could see my other self getting killed by a human. And hey, at least she wouldn't have to put up with any weird curses afterwards.
If you don't mind my asking about the last queen.
That's right. Losing her lover hurt her so badly that she couldn't fight anymore, which led to Aesk beating her. Mab put too much trust in humans. She thought they were the same as her, and so she loved them too much. She charged onto the battlefield with her most beloved soldier by her side. He did his best to keep up with her, but he couldn't quite make it to the end. Just when they won the final battle against the clans, Mab turned, intending to celebrate with him, only to see her beloved draw his final breath. It's no surprise, really. Of course, a male human could never keep up with a fairy, let alone an A-rate like Mab. But he still promised to stay with her, and he broke that promise. That was his betrayal. That was when Mab lost the will to fight. The moment she realized how foolish she had been, and how much that soldier had really loved her. Still, her broken heart was all healed up by the time the era of the High Queen came around, and soon set her sights on ruling all of Britain. Mab then retired after she built Edinburgh, and no new King Clan fairies were born for a long time. She left the hole for about 1500 years until I came along and filled it. I'm the second King Clan fairy ever. I inherited Mab's power and am truly worthy of being queen. I am a truly great fairy. I hate humans because they're useless in war. I'm not going to make the same mistake Mab did. I'm going to defeat Morgoth with my clan alone. That's why I don't need Artoria's Round Table army getting in my way. It's an eyesore at best. I'd make your peace soon if I were you. Once I win tomorrow's duel, all humans will be mine to do with as I please. And I'm going to put you all to work in my nice, safe chocolate factory with full benefits until the day you die.
I'm not worried. Artoria's going to win. Besides, humans aren't as fragile as you think, Knock Knock Riaba.
Okay, break's over. I better get back to work. Enjoy your freedom while you can, Sopras. This is the last night you'll have it, after all.
What a long night. Now, who is it? Come in. I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
Did you look? You totally thought I was knocking on your door, didn't you? Well, this time, I came in through the window.
Oberon?
Easy there. Keep your voice down. It's very late, you know. And what's more, I'm traveling incognito today. If anyone asks, I was never here, okay? Why incognito, you ask? Okay, it's probably because I got tired of being the Round Table Army's errand boy and ran off for a while. Really though, it's that the fairy king never stays in one place for too long. And the real person is that I was worried about you guys. I mean, we're all friends now, right? Of course I'm going to worry about you. So on that note, I hope you don't mind that I'm here.
So, good evening, Sopras. Congratulations on ringing the 4th bell. We could hear it all the way back in Londinium. The Round Table Army's morale has never been higher. Percival's made a seat at the table for any Fang Clan fairies who want to come over from Oxford. Gara's been having a great time in Londinium with the kids. They just finished tilling a new field, in fact. Spriggan seems to be up to something, which worries me, I admit. But all in all, the South has been relatively stable so far. Of course, whether it stays that way is all up to you guys. You're here to talk to Knock Knock Riaba, right?
I've been hearing rumors about tomorrow's match all throughout the city. If Knock-Knock Weaba joins forces with the Child Prophecy, that'd be a huge boost to our chances against Camelot. Once Knock-Knock Weaba agrees to an alliance, and Artoria rings Oxford's bell, we could begin our attack on Camelot in around 3 days. But what about the 6th bell? I'm sorry. I've been looking everywhere for it, but still no luck. Still, the bells of pilgrimage are meant to show that the clans have recognized the Child Prophecy. And since the last one, the Mirror clan, is gone now, there arguably isn't much point in ringing theirs. So, I think just 5 bells ought to be enough. I hope you're right, but... Something bothering you? Artoria's been getting more stressed with every bell she rings. I see. Well, that makes sense. You know how she gets stronger every time she rings a bell? At first, I thought that meant she was growing. But I realized that it's actually more. Unlocking her latent power. I think the Fairy of Paradise is probably born with her true power essentially bound. And the bells of pilgrimage are a means to break those bonds. They probably also restore the knowledge and memories she's always had, but were locked away all this time. Every time Artoria rings a bell, she learns more about her duty and her destiny. Now that she's rung 4 of them, she's probably a completely different person from who she was when we met her in the Nameless Woods. How so? By now, she must have a much stronger sense of duty, and I'm sure her priorities must have shifted a lot too. She's probably making decisions based on what the Child Prophecy should be doing rather than what she herself actually wants. Am I wrong? I don't know. If anything, I think she's been more true to herself than ever. Is that so? Well, in this case, I guess it's a good thing she's so naturally stubborn. Still, I can tell you're concerned about her, and that you're keeping your concerns to yourself so as not to worry her. Do you remember what I said before? In this Lostbelt, you and I are just bystanders. Our role here is to see how things play out. Of course I remember that. Well, it's still true. We can't save Britain, and we can't save Artoria from her destiny. Once we acquire a means of fighting the foreign god, the best thing we can do is put this place behind us. That being said, I really respect your determination and your commitment. And I'm not just talking about to Chaldea. I'm talking about every step you've taken to get here. Once Morrigan has been defeated, if you still want to save Britain, no, if you still want to help Artoria, I'll support you however I can, even if it means growing well out of our way before helping proper human history. Do you think it's okay to say how I really feel? Of course it is. When you get right down to it, the only ones who can do really big things are those who work hard for what it is they want. Trust me, I've come this far on my own too, so I have some idea of what that feels like. I mean, you've been working so hard for so long. I think you're entitled to put at least a 10 of that effort into indulging yourself. But if I do that... Artoria is another matter, though. I have no intention of indulging her. You know how she's incredibly competitive, but has almost no self-esteem. Not a great combination. If we don't keep her in line with her sense of duty, she's liable to go completely off the rails. You really are hard on Artoria, aren't you, Oberon? Of course I am! You would be too if you spent as much time worrying about her as I do, only to have her go and do something you never expected. I don't even know how many times I've had to pull strings from behind the scenes anymore. If only she'd grown up more like a docile princess and less like a wild boar. I'm sorry. That's more a personal preference thing than anything else. Honestly, well, I think Artoria's just fine. Though, I think Artoria's just fine the way she is. There's certainly never a dull moment when she's around.
Well, now I really... Well, now I know he really does like her.
Anyway, that's enough chatter for today. In fact, crap! I've been talking too long! I need to be back in London by morning, or they'll know I skived off.
Okay, hang on.
I need to be back in London by morning, or they'll know I skived off. Bye!
Are you sure Artoria isn't your Titania?
Huh? Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm always on the lookout for her, even now. But even a story with a guaranteed happy ending is only the very smallest of bit players. She's a convenient plot device, forgotten as soon as it's no longer needed. No one ever gave a thought to her happiness when all was said and done. But that's the life of the side character. You can't stop to worry about every little thing, or the whole world will fall apart. You can't expect that kind of imagination from a reader, or even from the playwright writing the script. Besides, it's all just a fairy tale. She was born to be forgotten with the turn of a page. So it's okay. My queen is a sort of woman who shouldn't ever actually exist.
Okay. Wow.
Good day, distinguished guest, and thank you all for coming. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. The Valentine Mab match to determine which of these two fairies is producer. Which of these two fairies is prouder, more dignified, and just overall better than the other?
This isn't quite what I expected.
In the Moon Kitchen, we have Lady Riaba, leader of the Northern Fairies, and daughter of the last queen.
Damn, that old chocolate she's carting around behind her? There's enough there to make a chocolate orthodox.
In the Star Kitchen, we have Lady Artoria, the child of prophecy who has made even Queen Morgan sit up and take notice.
Uh-oh. Is that stuff she's carting behind her really chocolate? Even Mash Shield looks more appetizing.
Are both contestants ready? You now have 1 hour to complete your finishing touches here in the cathedral. Remember, chocolate is toxic. Be sure to go out with a fiery finish.
Go on, Star Kitchen. You can do this.
Please direct your attention to Lady Riaba in the Moon Kitchen. As you can see, she is both calm and unhurried, even as she remains constantly in motion. A sure sign of someone with eyes on the prize. When I stopped by her kitchen this morning, for comment, she said, and I quote, "My chocolate isn't merely a delicacy, it's our design to melt your very soul." And looking at how it's coming along now, I believe it. I only wish all of you in the mezzanine could see this too.
We can't even see it from the ground floor. Don't you have any screens around here?
Unfortunately, only those in the box seats can see the action unfold for themselves. If that interests you, you can always reserve one for the next match for 60,000 more pounds.
10 times the price of the mezzanine seat. Sounds fair.
Next, please direct your attention to Lady Artoria and a dazzling collaboration, her assistant in the Star Kitchen. Is that a cake? I've never seen such wonderfully intricate decorations on web before. Her assistant is practically glowing with Her assistant is practically glowing with magical energy. I mean, sheer concentration. In the midst of all this chaos, she's adding details down to the minute. She's adding down... Okay. In the midst of all this chaos, she's adding details down to the milliliter. What an absolute mad woman. We may have a dark horse on our hands. Word on the street was that Lady Knock-Knock nearby was a shoo-in to win. But at this stage, it looks like the odds may actually be favoring the star. Wow, it already looks good enough to eat. You really are great at this, Mash. Okay, now to add a pinch of my secret ingredient. Yeah! Are you an idiot? I do beg your pardon. Please continue to enjoy this, unique form of chocolate making.
So, we should just run for it now, right? Nah, I can't believe I'm saying this either. But we still don't know how this is gonna go. Valentine chocolate's more about feeling than flavor, right? So there's still a chance you could pull ahead. I hope you're right.
Time's up! Alright, contestant, let's see what you've got. First up, Lady Knock-Knock Riaba in the Moon Kitchen.
This is some sort of like Master Chef battle.
Magnificent! Truly magnificent! This year, artistry and technical skill on display is a sight to behold. This chocolate Edinburgh caster with a special 19-layer coating perfectly captures the dignity of a queen. If ever there was a chocolate to take its recipient's breath away, this is it. Though I think actually receiving this could be a bit too much, in more ways than one. It's all true, of course, but there's no need to be that effusive with your praise. I couldn't have done with this without my capable assistant, I Can Drum. Thank you, Lady Knock-Knock Riaba. Now, it's time to see what Lady Artoria's made in the Star Kitchen. I can't imagine why you made such a bold choice for your chocolate, but let's see it anyway.
A heart shape. It looks good, but I don't know if it's good. But I don't know if it's enough to beat that castle.
No, it can't be.
What the meow? What's the meaning of this?
Woo? Who? Huh? What's with this reaction? Huh? What's with this reaction?
I understand how you feel, everyone. I'm right there with you myself. But as your MC and as judge, it falls to me to be the first to say this. So say it, I will. What an incredible shame! It's smooth, plump, and seems to be practically posing with warmth. Now that's what I call a Valentine. We are all witness to the birth of an all-new chocolate design.
Huh? Whoa!
What power! What strength! I can feel my blood boiling with excitement just looking at it!
I simply had to ask you, Lady Archeria. How did you come up with this design? Why did you abandon that lovely cake your assistant made in favor of this? That shape is the Northern Fairy's most venerated symbol. It means, prove thyself the strongest. What made you think to use it for your chocolate? Are you some kind of genius? Oh, no, definitely not. Mash just taught me how to make it, that's all. She said it always represents a heart, even though it looks nothing like a real one. And since it's so simple to make, it's easy to put your own heart and soul into it. Easy to put your heart and soul into. What a beautiful expression. I can't believe it. I, of all fairies, forgot about the single most important thing that goes into chocolate. That's right. It doesn't matter how expensive your ingredients are, or how fancy the brand is. What truly matters is the feelings you put into it. While Lady Knock-Knock Riaba's chocolate is undoubtedly more beautiful to look at, and surely more delicious. Delicious? There's no question that Lady Artoria's chocolate is the clear winner when it comes to sheer passion. As of this moment, I have nothing but the highest respect for her. And so, we have our winner, Lady Artoria of the Star Kitchen.
That's it, Artoria. You finally found your own forte, taking credit as your mentor despite being completely uninvolved.
Well, I'll be damned. I had no idea you had an ace like that up your sleeve. Would you consider selling me the rights to that idea?
You did it, Artoria.
It's all thanks to you, Mash. This makes the 212 practice chakras you made worth it.
Wait a second. Do fairies not know what a heart shape is? Sure looks that way. Either that, or they just don't associate that symbol with the heart or soul. I mean, just look at Knock-Knock Riaba's magical energy aura. Oh, right. She can't see it herself, can she? This doesn't make any sense. The castle should have won no matter how you slice it. How did they make that into some kind of feel-good story? Now, let's just call this a one-of-a-kind fluke victory. Besides, knowing Knock-Knock Riaba, I'm sure it'll just be a matter of time until she incorporates heart shapes into her next beautiful cast. Huh?
Hey, Artoria, how come your chocolate looks like it's pounding? Did you do something to it? Just to be sure, it's not about to explode, is it?
Of course not. Not even Artoria would mistake gunpowder for sugar. Oh, shit. Of course not. Not even Artoria would mistake gunpowder for sugar.
Nope, I definitely didn't. Trust me, I tasted every ingredient and only put in the yummy ones. All of them. All of them? What exactly do you mean by all of them? I mean, all the different ingredients, of course. You guys had so many good ones for us to use that it would have been a waste not to use them, right?
Right.
It's true. I saw it myself while Mash was cleaning out the mixing bowls. Letting Artorias use some shifting technique to squeeze out the ingredients into the chocolate. That gave the chocolate a massive amount of magical energy, fusing its ingredients and creating a new life form. And now, as you can see, it's created a calamity that threatens the entire world.
The child prophecy made a super weapon. Run for your lives!
Ah, it's damaging my cathedral! And it's turning my fairies into chocolate! What in the world were you thinking? You can't just mix in anything and everything! Let me guess. You're the kind of fairy who thinks anything that takes 10 minutes at low heat to cook can also be cooked in 2 minutes at high heat, aren't you?
Master, we need to fight to preserve... Master, we need to fight to preserve Artoria's honor. I mean, to cover up the evidence. Some hearts just can't be saved. I hate to destroy it, but I guess we have no choice.
Please, don't beat it up! Please, don't beat it up too badly! I promise, it should still be really yummy!
Yeah, too late. Why am I back in that main menu? Alright, skip this. I read it. Okay, alright, do. I gotta keep them alive though. No, not Jack the Ripper. I don't want to use that one yet. Oh. Too dangerous. Ah, yeah, go back.
大丈夫。落ち着いて。普段通りで今のうちに準備。やだな。戦いですか。やだな。今のうちに準備。ツインミニアド。セーフモード解除。もちろん。
Misbegotten monstrosity.
本気を出します。最果ての光を私にボーナスを。セイバーシステムダブル X ダイナミック。
Whoa. Did you know?
アルトリウムチャージ完了。
つまんない昆虫だな。他にやることない。ああ、
やります。セーフモード解除。早期人すなわちコスモスエーテル宇宙地下の秩序行くぞ。ツインミニアドディザスター。
Easy.
タレクラニのココナッツケーキは最高ですね。
Knock knock Ryaba. Look out.
Huh? Knock knock Ryaba!
"5 years ago in Gloucester, and an incident took place several days after my humiliating experience at the Farium.
Wow, you're a King Quan Fairy. Knock knock Ryaba. I've never seen one of you before. Well, that's no surprise. I don't have any subjects in the South yet. But just you wait. One day, all the South major cities will be home to King Clan Fairies. That's what the Northern Fairies all want, and it's the destiny I've inherited from the previous queen. So you're carrying on the last queen's purpose, huh? But you're the only King Quan Fairy around, like Knock Knock Ryaba. So even if you do get the Northern Fairies to move here, that doesn't mean there'll be more King Quan Fairies. Sure there will. Any fairy I share my blood with becomes part of the King Clan. Huh? Is that sort of mindset thing? Like the difference between being a bully and a victim? Wow, you are just the worst at analogies, aren't you? Queen Bee and drones were right there. Or even a king and her vassals. Anyway, there's always only been one King Clan Fairy, ever since the King Clan began. Mab was born from the corpses of the many Northern Fairies who were killed in the War of Spring. Sure, their bodies became part of British itself when they died, but they also refused to be reborn as next generations. Well, it was more like, since there was no land where they would have been born, they would have just died and be born again right away. So rather than subjecting themselves to a cycle like that, they they decided to pour all of themselves into a single king. That king was Mab, the Great Fairy. She was kind of like the Northern Fairies version of Queen Morgan. Mab was all of the Northern Fairies combined into a single fairy. Her rules focused on control and prosperity. That allowed her to share power with anyone who swore loyalty to her. So she did just that, with fairies who sought her out, and created a place for them all to live on the Western Island. Of course, creating a whole island took a lot out of her, though she was pretty weak by the time it was done. It just goes to show you never know what life has in store. If Mab hadn't grown weak, she would never have taken on a bodyguard who eventually became her spouse. A spouse? And let me tell you, they could barely keep their hands off each other. It was like a never-ending spring. And that's why you should always avoid spring. Stick to autumn and winter. Anyway, anyone who swears loyalty to the king clan gets to share in the power. That means any fairy who's given some of my blood becomes part of the king clan for as long as they remain loyal. As the queen bee, I have my drones show their loyalty by performing labor, and the drones in turn get my power for themselves. So the more and more northern fairies I bring together under my command, the more the king clan grows in number. I see. So when you share your power, does that power eventually come back to you? No, it doesn't. That's the one big downside to this system. I don't lend them my power. I give it to them. So the more king clan fairies I make, the weaker I become. But obviously, that wouldn't be sustainable, right? So of course Mab thought of a solution. She expanded her fate domain to encompass all of Britain and made a new rule to go with it. As long as her subjects remain part of the king clan, the clan's combined power shall be her power as well. So even though she was pretty poor after doling out money to all of her subjects, she hasn't actually lost anything since the whole kingdom belonged to her. She chose to empower her nation rather than herself. I think she was really onto something. A nation can't grow by the hand of one person alone, on one set of values. You need many working together to make it as rich and beautiful as it can be. Gloucester here might be a little, twisted, but it's still a prime example of what I'm talking about. That's why my duty is to claim Camula's throne for myself and unify all of Britain. It would have been a lot easier if Morgan had named me her successor, but instead, she chose Tristan, right? So as long as that whack job's around, what choice do I have but to take it by force?
I couldn't believe my ears. Talk about seizing Camula's throne with the same nonchalance as someone talking about going out for a walk. As far as I'm concerned, she was already a great queen at that point. Even as she talked about what the last queen wanted, still chose to be her successor. Spoke of her ambitions greedily, selfishly, and without a hint of shame or concern as to what anyone else might think. That's the Knocknut Riaba I knew, the most hard-working fairy in all of Britain.
That's one hell of a purpose. That's one hell of a purpose. But, are you sure it's okay to tell me that? I mean, you're talking about revolting against the queen, right? Oh, are you going to report me? Could you even do that if you wanted to? Especially when you're practically radiating death to all the clan's energy yourself. Am I? You are. I know I'm something else, but you're pretty impressive in your own right, you know that? You see yourself as being parted from every other fairy out there, right? Hell, not everything about you is out of the ordinary. I'm not talking about the kind of lower class and upper class distinctions that Morgan chose. No, in your case, it feels more like you're an entirely different kind of being altogether. Basically, you're looking down at every fairy in Britain. Are you nuts? I'm the one who's looked down upon. That's it. That's the spirit. Being reasonable is all well and good, but pieces of you will die if you take it too far, like I did. Huh? Are you saying you're dead on the inside? Knock-knock Riaba? Even though you're so, well, brazen? Oh, wait, I get it. It's the other way around. You're brazen because you're dead, like a Darlington zombie incident. Don't be ridiculous. Ow! Ow! Stop that! There's no need for violence. That was just an example. Or rather, that all happened a long time ago. I saw you apologizing to that fairy you were with in the hall earlier. Was that your village's leader or something? No, forget that. It doesn't matter. The point is, you kept apologizing, saying you were sorry you were so weak and promising to try your best next time, right? Well, cut it out, at least when I'm within earshot. Hearing that crap really pisses me off. What's wrong with being weak? Who gets hurt if you can't do it? You're the only one who's going to get upset about you being weak, and it's not other fairies who'll be doing their best next time. Of course, it's natural to have regrets over failures, mistakes, over eating, and so on. But never, ever apologize just for being weak. There's no greater waste of time. And just so you know, I'm not telling you this because I feel sorry for you. I'm mad because apologizing for your weakness doesn't help anyone. Least of all, yourself. With that kind of power, you should be holding your head high and fighting for what you yourself want. You're a real fiery fairy deep down, right? Like a dragon pretending to be a house cat. So quit worrying about what everyone else thinks of you and sink those fangs into your dreams. Because believe me, there are plenty of people out there who don't have the power to even do that.
Those words would really astonish me. She was born into luxury with incredible power at her disposal. But despite that, or maybe because of it, she also understood exactly how much she and her fellow fairies were truly blessed.
Huh. Easy for you to say when you're not the one who will have to live with the consequences. Alright then, if you're going to lecture me about dreams, what about yours? You've probably already sunk your fangs into them, but still. My dream, you need to ask, is romance. When I find someone who rocks me to my core, our romance is going to rock the whole damn kingdom to its foundation. Are you crazy? Besides, that's no dream. That's reality. I mean, you must have had a lover for ages now, right? Well, that's just it. I don't. Hold it. You just laughed at me in your head, didn't you? Don't get me wrong. I'm not lacking opportunities. I could have anyone in Edinburgh if I wanted. Right, of course. How could you not, when you're so pretty? But then, why aren't you dating anyone? I guess it's my way of setting myself apart from the last queen. You know how depriving yourself of the thing you want most lights a figurative fire in your belly? Well, I'm going to use that fire to claim the throne and save my romance for after I'm king of Britain.
It was so ridiculous I couldn't help but laugh. She didn't even realize that she had her purpose and her dream completely mixed up. She didn't want to become king so she could then have a romance. She just wanted the romance, felt like she had to get her predecessor's wish out of the way by becoming king to do it.
What's so funny? What's your dream then, huh? Is it that much better than mine? I guess mine's not too far off. I want to try walking around the city as an upper-class fairy. I want to be proud and stylish, like you are. I can only imagine how great that must feel.
I remember thinking I wouldn't mind having her for a rival. I had to go without a lot of things in my life, but at least in terms of someone to compete with, it looks like I got everything I could have asked for.
You idiot! This isn't pride. This is fashion. I don't mind helping you with that side of things, but that's not what a real dream is. Anyway, first, we need to see who can put down these burdens we're carrying the soonest. Shall we see who gets there first?
That night, I took in the same night sky as my incredible friend, a fairy who spoke of her dreams with pride and nobility.
I thought I sealed that horrid memory away.
Oh, good. You're awake.
Why y'all look at me like that? Did I miss out something? Why are you all looking at me like that? Did I miss out on something fun or? That's right. I remembered now. I took the direct. That's right. Oh my god.
Damn.
That's right. I remember now. I took a direct hit from that chocolate. How dare that thing rebel against its creator? Come on, everyone. Let's smash that thing and eat it up like the sweet treat it was supposed to be. I guess you really were just knocked out for a bit. Have pleasant dreams, Steens. Have pleasant dreams since it seems you were up all night? No, I didn't. And I wasn't up all night either. I slept great, if you must know. Now, do you give in or what? Yes, I give in. You won the match fair and square. Lucky for you, the judge made her decision before all the spectators ran for their lives. As promised, I'll let the child prophecy command my forces, and I'll go along with whatever you tell me to. I look forward to seeing what you're capable of. Huh? Are you feeling okay, Knock Knock Riaba? Did you eat something that didn't agree with you?
She's talking about the Alliance.
Oh, right. So, are you sure you're sure about this? I mean, given what a horrible mess this turned out to be, it doesn't really feel like I won. Oh, good. So you do see what a mess this was. I'm glad to know you still have some semblance of rational thought left in that thick skull. Anyway, well, it's obvious I would win a rematch. We don't have any more time to waste. Especially since the Queens probably know you were in Edinburgh since the last night. And once she realizes we're teaming up, she's going to assemble all her forces scattered in Camelot. So we need to take her down before that happens. Are you ready to do this, Artoria? You need to hurry back to the south, bring Oxford Bell. Then bring the Round Table Army and any other troops you can gather to my camp. In the meantime, I'll have my forces march to Camelot's main gate. But I thought you said you never joined forces with the Round Table Army. I just don't want to see them dying in front of me. I can't ensure their safety since they can't join my clan. But I will admit that human knights, Percival included, are a good match for the Queen's knights. My subjects certainly can't use more as poisoned weapons. So I suppose I can make an exception. Especially since I've been told humans aren't as fragile as I believed. Isn't that right, so fast? Well. How nice to see you two became friends while I was up all night learning how to make chocolate. By the way, Knock Knock Riaba, do you still remember that night in Gloucester? Of course I do! What do you take me for, a fool? Anyway, you have my word that the Northern Fairies will fight beside a child prophecy. Now, get going! We don't have any time to spare. Okay, that's fair. I was the one who rang Orkney's bell. Sopras, Nash, Da Vinci, Muramasa, Habitat, Vetra, and Grimmer. Please pack your bags as soon as you can. We need to hurry to Oxford.
No, I'm gonna stay. No. No, I'm gonna stay put here. You'll need someone to coordinate communications between you and the North, right? Besides, it looks like these guys don't have a mage of their own, so I'm gonna teach them some basics they'll need to know when going up against Morgan.
You will? Well, as long as you can be useful, that's fine with me.
Don't you worry. I'm going to inscribe runes on as many of your soldier shields as I can. Morgan's spells pack a serious wallop, so we gotta make sure they can take at least one hit from them.
Okay, I'll make you my official court mage and tactician then. This is great. Now I'm really starting to feel like a queen. Well, see you later, Artoria, Frost. I would have liked to show you around Edinburgh, but that'll have to wait until another day. Next time we meet, it'll be on the battlefield. Let's make sure we're both dressed to kill.
Alright, this.
Phew, there was a lot of work getting here, but we finally have lots of good news to share. I can't wait to see the look on Percival's face. when I tell him Knock Knock Ryaba agreed to do what we say.
Yup. But first, to Oxford. Well, look at you giggling like a schoolgirl. Really enjoyed your match with Knock Knock Ryaba, huh?
Huh? Yeah. Guess so. Plus, maybe it's because I stayed up all night, but I didn't have any weird dreams. So, now that I think about it, I have been enjoying myself a lot. And not just in Edinburgh, for this whole journey. In fact, once we defeat Morgan and this is all over, I think I might even miss traveling around like this. Oh, right. You said Ask and I look identical. You said Ask and I look identical, didn't you? And saying that kind of thing probably doesn't make it any easier for you, does it? I'm sorry, this whole experience must have been a lot for you. So, in a way, I'm glad you're mourning her loss. We were both lucky to have you as a companion.
Not at all. I'm the one who was lucky to have such great companions. There was Ask, the Black Knight, Rynek, even though he was a little scary, and... Huh? That's weird. I could have sworn there was someone else with us the whole time, but I can't seem to remember them. What was that? We're under attack. Someone's been waiting to ambush us. We're surrounded. Everyone, please get out of here. I need you to defend the wagon. Can't believe we're running into the Queen's soldiers, even out here in Knock Knock Ryaba's territory. Let's go, Sopras, Da Vinci, MASH! What are those? Damn it. I know what I just said, but you better stand back, Sopras. You shouldn't even get near these things. Da Vinci, Habitat, we're gonna take care of them ourselves. Got that? What's for me? Sopras, MASH, you two keep your distance. I'm guessing those things are... No party set up.
出番かい。いいぜ。ちったら楽させてやるよ。
にも種類があるのさ。いいとも。任せて。
あの辺りか。
多すぎてもね。せーの。
わかった。
How dare you bullying a Habitat?
スピンドルセット。ああ、とても楽しかったとも。発進準備完了だ。早く任せて。そう、君たちはあらゆる困難を乗り越える。その勝査を今示そう。ビューティフルジャーニー。さあ、行けるとこまで行ってみよう。
わかった。
行くよ。
Whoa.
櫛灘姫を神にする。
いいとも。
神髄解明完成理念収束鍛造技法臨界。これが俺のつむかい村正だ。
Oh, great. It's gonna take longer than that. Oh boy. They'll survive. But there's about 20 enemies. So no point of that. I can fight. I can't use my mystic codes. Okay. This way, Master. We should get away from the wagon for now. I think those creatures that attacked us are living humans who were afflicted with the Morse curse.
Morse curse affecting humans? That shouldn't even be possible unless someone... Look out! Wow, that was amazing! You deflected my magecraft yet again. How did you do it? How did you know what I was up to? Why are you the only ones running away after all the trouble I went through to scatter all that human trash around?
Avalon Sith.
Don't you dare say that name! It's not my fault! It's not!
I remember you. You're Camlin Tristan.
Yes, that's right! I'm Mother's only daughter! The only fairy in our fairy written to inherit her magecraft. Which is why... I'm going to kill you pieces of shit! Now pathetic little shits like you are going to take my rightful place from me!
No Castoria allowed. Damn it. Back in line. Gonna go for, Agitator?
ほら、こっち来なさいよ。私を殺してみなさいよ。ほら、ほら。
No.
みんなついてきて。白兵戦行きます。戦いですか。手柄は足にある。東八毘沙門天よ、我が字を見よ。かけよ、宝生月へ。毘沙門天の加護とあり。美天発送、車がかりの陣。やめてやめてやめて。ここでまっすぐ。はあ。
Oh, you stupid fucker!
お前だ。
つまんないこいつまんない練習だな。行くぞ。
押してまいる。
罠だ。
はあ。ほら。痛い。もちろんいいでしょう。
Oh my god, she's doing it again.
ほら。
I'm gonna stop you from there.
よし。
もちろん。
I should have brought the
これぞ大群衆の
You're invincible so that this bitch cannot keep hiding away from that.
計略だ。
えい。それでいいって。ほら。
悪い。
ほら。もちろん。
Please don't make that stupid spam skill. So fucking unfair.
誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカリバーン。ここでまっすぐ。
計略だ。
見つけた。捕らえた。人 逃がさない。フェッチフィルノート。痛い？連れて行って。戦いですか？おし、我が義を見よ。はあ。ここはこれ。一票投射。絶対決。
Really?
白兵戦行きます。戦いですか？今のうちに準備です。運は天にあり。我が宿は腐敗の先人。我が義をいいでしょう。
You're fucking done. You're just stupid spammable.
かけよ報奨付き。毘沙門天の加護とあり。利天発送車がかりの陣。やめてやめてやめて。吹き飛ば一票投射。絶対決。皆の者勝ち時をあげよ。えいえいおー。
Wait a minute. Isn't that quote from MASH?
Ah! I lost! I lost! I lost! Poor, pathetic Balban Sith. Everyone loves Balban Sith. Of course, I can't beat you. You're the child of prophecy. You and I are nothing alike. Nothing alike at all. So since I can't beat you in a fair fight, I'll just have to make the human my toy instead.
No. Huh?
Oh no! So fast!
Oh shit. Huh? Where did Senpai and Otoya go?
Ah, that was perfect. Now that's one hell of a bonus. I knew the child prophecy would dodge that, so I was going to just trap the human to have some fun with him. But then she walked right into it herself. What a dumbass. But hey, they're both trash anyway, so what better place for them than a dumpster?
Then they're in that jar.
What was that? You trying to avenge Bogart or something? Ha! As if I'd ever fight you again, idiot! Mirror, oh mirror, show me my reflection. Ha! Sucks to be all brawn and no brains, doesn't it? The child prophecy and the foreign mage are finished. Britain belongs to Mother and no one else, damn it! Ah, she's gonna be so happy with me.
Wait, stop! Get back here! Tristan! Oh man. We played it way again. Alright, Darlington. Lost Will. Hey, you hear what happened in the flats on the 6th Street? They say none of the fairies who lived there ever came back. So, Lady Tristan's at it again, huh? Swear you can't relax for a second in this city. I didn't like how they were laughing. I didn't like how quiet they were. You just can't win with her. Why in the world did the Queen bring a fairy like that here? You said it! Camelot would be a damn utopia if it wasn't for her killing fairies left and right. Damn it. One of these days. I hope someone puts that demented brat in her place. I'll say this for Salisbury.
Lady Aurora would have imprisoned a fairy like Tristan long ago.
Tamlin Tristan? Surely you're joking, no? Who could ever respect that repugnant little brat? The High Queen's daughter. Please, she's the only one who takes that seriously. Has High Queen Morgan ever even said one kind thing to her? She's just a pig walking on its hind legs in a fancy dress. She wouldn't know culture or dignity if it jumped up and bit her. Oh yes, a most beloved daughter, that one is. Did you know Tristan destroyed the entire city of Cambridge? I must say, it reflects incredibly poorly on the High Queen that she permits so toxic a creature to continue doing as she pleases. I mean, I'm not saying I believe that myself, but I've often heard it said. I can only hope Her Majesty comes to her senses soon. If only she wasn't a Tamlin. We put that uppity brat in her place.
New Darlington's done for. New Darlington's done for. You can't even call her a city at this point. Anyone trying to escape from there is sent to the underground prison, and the only ones moving to New Darlington are criminals. There's not a single decent fairy left in the place. You know they kill at least one a night at their slaughterhouse theater. And the whole reason the city of Preston defected to Knock Knock Rehoboth's King Clan is because of the so-called football tournament Tristan held there, isn't it? First, New Darlington tricked teams from all the major cities into coming there. Then they executed all the teams that lost, and finally Preston after they'd won. Yikes, debauchery is one thing, but that is just absurd. It would be one thing if she had real skill, like Lady Lancelot and Lady Gawain. But that brat's got no more magical energy than a typical lower class fairy. If she weren't gifted with Sir Tristan's name, she'd be a third-rate fairy at best. No, even with his name, she's still third-rate. Without Her Majesty's protection, she'd be no match at all for knights like us. This goes to show that the smallest dogs bark the loudest. If she weren't Her Majesty's daughter, every fairy in Camelot would be out to put that yappy bitch down for good.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! They're the ones who keep yapping. It doesn't matter what those peons say. I'm still the Queen's daughter. Mother taught me magecraft. She gave me clothes, gifted me a name. She gave me New Darlington and said I could play with it however I liked. That means I'm supposed to kill any fairy who annoys me, right? That I should destroy anything I don't like, right? Why? And yeah, Mother never praises me, no matter how many times I do that.
I ask you, why?
I'm trying as hard as I can, but I don't know what she wants from me.
Why must you always be like that? Balba Sith!
I'm so sorry, High Queen Morgan. I promise I'll do better next time. I promise I'll kill more next time. I'm Balban Sith. I'm free-spirited,
Selfish,
elegant,
cruel,
and beautiful.
cold.
Everyone in Britain loves me. That's the part I'll play, I promise. I'll be just as success as you want, I promise. I'm sorry I always end up like this. But I'm doing the best I can. I just don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Mother. You're the kindest mother ever. I don't know where I'd be if you hadn't found me. Huh? I mean, my room? On my bed? Why? I thought I did good this time. I trapped them in the garden, right into the mirror, and then... Why is my body so heavy? This isn't good. I have to get up.
Whoa, easy there, Lady Spinel. You've got some big bags under your eyes, you know that? Did you not get enough sleep? Or have you been pushing yourself too hard? Right, of course you have. You did pinch that treasure from the throne. I'm impressed you managed to sneak in there while Morgan wasn't watching. She's pretty furious with you now.
But I think it's great. Kids are supposed to act up as they get older.
Pharaoh? Is that you? I'm sorry. I'll get up right. Huh?
Easy. Don't try to get up. You're exhausted now, right? So you should be lying down.
Okay. But Pharaoh, what was that sound just now? It sounded like something fell to the floor.
Oh, that? Don't worry about it. Your fingertip just fell off because your body's rotting. But hey, it doesn't hurt, right?
Huh? Why is my...
Beats me. Maybe it's because you used the Guardian of Lost Will. I mean, that is one helliciously powerful cursed artifact, isn't it? Then again, maybe it's because Morgan's finally fed up with you and stopped feeding you magical energy. And if that's what it is, you really shouldn't be holding onto the Guardian. It will just make your condition worse. Here, let me have it. I'll put it somewhere nice and safe.
You think so? But Pharaoh, I really need to...
Relax, it's fine. I'm just gonna put it in the underground sanctuary where it'll be nice and safe. You stay put and rest up here, okay? Just until you can stand up on your own again.
Wait. Come back! Why the underground sanctuary? Pharaoh? Where did you go? I can't move. I can't move. That's strange. I can't move my arms or legs at all. I awoke to the sound of my heart being chipped away deep inside my chest. Where am I? This isn't the field I was just in. It's much farther away. Like I'm somewhere between Britain and the planet's inner sea. Must be the garden where Merlin said he was in prison. But he also said there were different kinds of gardens. Sweet dreams, dark abyss, lost will, the innocent. And it looks like this garden is probably... I knew it! This is the Garden of Lost Will. A cold and unforgiving garden that whittles away the hearts of its visitor by stripping away their delusions and torturing them with self-loathing. Merlin did say you can leave this garden if you can't hold out. If you can hold out till the end. But the whole thing is a cruel trap meant to make you lose your heart and mind before you can. Well, whatever. I can always cut the line when I need to avoid having my heart and mind destroyed. Sure, I won't be able to escape anymore if I do that. But there's no way Balbon Sith had enough magical energy to keep this garden going that long anyway. I'll eventually get out of here one way or another. So until then... I just have to contend with a bunch of things I'd rather not.
Ah, the prophecy was true. That girl is our star of hope. She will be our salvation. She will be our absolution. She is the savior who washed up on our shore, along with the name Artoria. May you grow, healthy and strong, to the age of 16. May the Queen's soldiers never find you. Now, go on. Hurry. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Hurry and greet your 16th birthday. We have complete faith in you. Which is why you must give everything you have for us.
Caster, I brought you a new book. It's about etiquette for upper-class fairies. You should study it now, so that you'll be ready when you leave for the caster one day. Let's see. You mind if I put the table here? It won't leave you much room in the stable, but you'll just have to make do. By the way, have your fate markings grown yet? You'll be 16 years old in only 2 more years, you know. I'm getting a little worried. Your journey is going to be hard enough as it is.
I see you're working harder. I see you're working hard again today, Caster. You are so diligent, dedicated, and innocent. You play just as hard as you study, and you always find whatever it is the village needs at any given moment. The other fairies could learn a thing or two from you. Just seeing you in action fills us with hope. Still, I'm afraid it's going to be difficult to pay this year's tax. We've already sold most of the jewelry you were wearing when your boat washed up here, along with the rest of the treasure it carried. Some of the fairies are even starting to wonder if you really are the child prophecy. Ah, what are we going to do? We'll be lucky if we even survive the winter. Why must you be so terribly weak and useless?
Ah, I swear, none of these fairies have any tact. I guess that's what happens when you live past your prime. Well, there's nothing wrong with saying when you don't like something. In fact, you should say so. Don't you agree, Caster? I mean, you don't want anyone treating you differently just cause you're the child prophecy either, right? So I don't care if you're the child prophecy. I'm gonna treat you like the slave you are. Oh, have you been growing? You really need to start if you're going to catch up to where you need to be. Especially since we don't have anything of yours left to sell. Well, we can always sell you to the High Queen if we have to. Child prophecy. Child prophecy. Child prophecy raised in a stable. The child prophecy. She was raised as the village slave. The child prophecy. She always smiled and said, right away, when told to do something, no matter how much she didn't want to. She'd be killed if she refused, after all. How could she say no? It was so much easier to keep quiet and do as she was told. I used to think I could survive that way. I thought, as long as I didn't rock the boat too much, once I finally turned 16. I may be burdened with an impossible duty, but I could at least finally leave that village. We want to see proof. Proof that you really are the child prophecy. That blacksmith who lives on the cliff is redacted. You're the only one he's not wary of. You're the only one he trusts. If you're truly the fairy destined to save Britain, then redact him for us. Please, please, we're so anxious. Our every day is filled with fear. So go on. Prove you can protect us by taking care of him. Of course. Of course I will. Right. No way. That's it. I've had enough. I'm just gonna cut the line and close off the way to the exit now. And so, the child prophecy left Tintago for good. Good thing I've always been quick to cheer up when I'm feeling down. Afterwards, make a long, not very interesting story short, I went into the nameless woods.
Ah, so you met us.
And now, I've come across Subfrost, just as he's moments away from succumbing to the Lost Whale's traps. For a moment.
Oh, wait. What the hell is this? Oh, it's now in my point of view. For a moment, I thought I saw Artoria on the other side of that wall. But that can't be right. I mean, there's a wall there. And the whole point of walls is you can't see or go through them. So I couldn't have seen her on the other side. What are you looking at, Subfrost? Are you so exhausted you started hallucinating? Well, get it together already. We can't have you spacing out while we're storming the Lostbelt. We may have any number of replacements for you, but you're still the last master of humanity. Huh? Replacements? You mean you found other race shift candidates? Do you still not get it? You understand that you don't need to race shift to get into Lostbelt, right? We have another master candidate in Kadok now. Once his treatment is finished, he won't be our only option anymore. Oh, wait. He's not really a master candidate, is he? You were the only one who was just a candidate. Hang on. I have to take this. Hello? Kadok's awake now? Anything good help? That's great. Send him to the command room immediately. Good news, Subfrost. Kadok's fully recovered. You can go back to just being a spare, and we can start doing our jobs properly without holding your hand all the time. So that's how it is. All that talk about how much they need me, and now they blow me off just like that.
Hey, Sopros, what do you think you're doing here? Get it through your head already, will you? You're not a master anymore. You're supposed to be on standby in your room, right? Just get back in there before you get in trouble.
But I need to stay in shape just in case. I mean, there's no telling when I might have to go to another Lostbelt.
Huh? What are you talking about? Your training and mission days are over. You're just a regular guy with no special talents. Stop trying to be something you're not. Just hang out in your room and let the expert handle things.
Just hang out. How exactly do I do that? All this time, I've been training to handle watching someone die or seeing something unspeakable. I've been practicing overcoming my flight response and clearing my mind, all because they demanded it. At this point, I don't even remember what else to do with my spare time. I just can't tell. Is this really who I'm supposed to be?
I see you're afraid to come to terms with your situation. To see the world as it really is, Mr. Soprast. I understand. Tell the truth, I've been mulling the same thought over for some time now. Is solving this case truly the right thing to do? Think about it. Even if we manage to prevent what's happened here, we won't regain what we lost. Once this case has been closed, you'll be left with nothing more than a broken, empty world. By comparison, even the current state of the world is fairly overflowing with hope. No matter how bleak things may be, there's still a chance that you'll be rewarded as long as you keep solving problems one at a time. You see, isn't that precisely how things are so much easier for you now? There's no longer any means to recover what you've lost, so you might as well forget it all. Don't worry, no one will blame you. With all of humanity having long since ceased to exist, there is simply no one left to do so. Maybe I should stop this for him. It's not like he can cut his own line. Honestly, this Lostbelt stuff is worse than I thought. Even when it doesn't concern me, I can't even bear to watch. Soprast's eyes keep getting more and more unfocused. He's holding his chest tightly, like he's in a vacuum, and is having more and more difficulty breathing.
Listen to me, Soprast. There's no need to feel sorry for these people. They're all from a hypothetical history, a living what-if scenario foisted on us without our consent. True, I can understand the logic in them considering us their enemies, but that's all there is to it. It doesn't change the fact that they've already lost. So what if a meteor impact resulted in a new ice age? So what if Ragnarok burned their whole? So what if Ragnarok burned their world to the ground? Yes, I'm sure that made things hard for them, but that's not our cross to bear. So don't bother listening to the residents of the Lostbelt. Besides, we've got them all beat when it comes to sheer suffering. We're from up in human history. We're the victors. We took the intended route. We can't let anyone take that from us. We can't. Still, what can we do with only 12 of us? There's no way we can ever rebuild what we lost. You know as well as I do how bleak things are, right? Those Lostbelt people know nothing of this kind of solitude, this sort of pressure. They should be the ones to compromise. They should be the ones to disappear. Any pain they've experienced is nothing compared to ours. In the end, we're all just foisting the worst parts of ourselves onto each other. We act like what we want is what the world wants. Yeah. I've been telling myself it's only for now. That everything I'm doing is to get life back to normal. That's why I've been able to make it this far. But the truth is, you know, you're not quite right in the head. You've almost died countless times,
surviving by luck alone. You've forsaken countless worlds, kept alive by the devil's own luck. You've abandoned countless people, countless worlds, to their deaths. And despite all that, you're still no worse for wear. Stop it. You're going to, what, just grit your teeth and bear it because it's just for now? It's not my fault I have to fight. It's not my fault I can't save anyone. This is no time to whine about how hard I have it. I can just bury my face in my hands so no one can see me crying. It'll be okay. Once everything's gone back to normal, I can go back to how I used to be too. That's what you've been telling yourself, isn't it? But it's not true. Hearts, they change so easily, but they never go back to what they once were. Stop it. If you really think things will go back to normal once the fighting's over, you're kidding yourself. Your heart isn't going anywhere. It can't. The sights that have been seared into your mind will never disappear. The stench that seeped into your skin can never be scrubbed away. There's no going back for you. So why you even try to desperately to convince yourself otherwise? Please, just stop. I'm begging you. See? You passed your limit long ago. I figured that out sooner than you'd think. Nope, that's one of the better things about proper human history. Everybody's equal, and no one is special. There's no one there is eternal or volatile the way fairies here are in the outside world. Things are pretty much always changing.
Wow, that sounds like such a human way to run a kingdom.
Truth is, I was thinking the exact opposite. You guys are all such liars. It makes me sick. Everybody's equal? No one's is special. Even as platitudes go, it's revolting. There will always be those who are superior, as well as their inferiors. Of course, there will always be special people too. And yet, Oberon said that proper human history can settle its differences with peaceful discussion. It gives everyone a chance, but it doesn't allow anyone to succeed. So jealousy, bias, anger, fear, and people dragging each other down. Everybody's constantly deceiving one another so none of them can make it out of the ruts they're stuck in. Oberon may not have meant it that way, but that's the impression proper human history I got from him. That's why I asked you if you were really okay with it. How you felt about working yourself to be to the bone, about living for a world like that. I think I like it as much as the next person. It was so beyond pitiful that all I could do was try to muster a smile in return. I swear, Ernie looked so broken that I didn't even know what kind of brave face he was trying to put on. His knees are starting to give out. It won't be long before the rest of him follows. I know this is none of my business, but I should at least put an end to this lost will before that happens. We may be separated by a wall, but I can still at least stop the magecraft from... No. Despite it all... Huh? Huh? Is he seriously standing back up now? That's why you should just quit now, Silfrost. You're only making things harder for yourself. Just stop. All this fighting you've been doing, Chaldea's grand order, it was all too much for you. His words were just what I wanted to hear. That's right. It's exactly what I've wanted someone to say to me for a long time now. It's okay. You've done enough. You don't have to finish what you started. Here, let me give you an example. The best thing for a species may be for it to continue to exist, but that's not always true for individuals. Individuals, people if you like, are always wavering between two desires
the desire to continue, and the desire for game over. There's nothing wrong with choosing game over. Everything has to end. If we refuse to accept that applies to life too, we'd never be able to do anything. So we all have to make our peace with that. No matter how long someone's winning streak might last, it must inevitably end. Huh? That's not good enough? You want to know what you should be aiming for then? I should have known you'd be so optimistic, Silfrost. It's simple. Don't try for a game over. Try for a game complete. You, me, and everyone else are going to have to roll credits someday. But until then, all we can do is try to complete as many of the tasks before us as possible. Happy, sad, failure, success. None of that matters. As long as you've never done it before, anything goes. And you still have plenty left to do, don't you? You've got a lot of living ahead of you before you can truly say you have no regrets. I believe that's what's best for an individual. But above all, nothing would make me prouder than to know you did all of that. Oh, right. You're supposed to be taking a break. And here I am talking about who knows what. Okay, see you later. Have another great day. And if you ever want to talk, you know where to find me. That's right. Despite it all, I'm still not ready to give up. Why is that? At first, it was like a curse. I felt like I had no choice but to fight. But not anymore. I've stepped on lots of things and left so much and so many behind. Despite all that, I still have something pushing me forward. Back then, I shouted, "To live!" Those were the words that helped me defeat the best thing for humanity. So now, I have to find the answer for myself. I see. And what would that be? I don't know just yet. Right now, all I have is the wish to live. Ha! A wish? That's right. What's wrong with that? Everyone wishes for what they want. Everything I have achieved so far is because I wished for something I wanted. So I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to find out why I think that way. So what if I lack confidence? So what if this is too much for me to handle? That's no reason to give up now. Seriously. Well, I'll be damned. Were humans always this resilient? Huh?
Senpai, Latoya, you're both alright. Oh, thank goodness. Mash? That you? Does this mean we're back in reality? But the Guardian of Lostbelt didn't stop because it ran out of magical energy. So how? Oh wow, it's all smashed to pieces. A national treasure gone just like that. That's so bold of you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just in such a panic. It was putting out really evil magical energy, and I didn't know what else to do, so... Should I not have?
No, Mash. You made a great call. I would have been too worried about how valuable it was to destroy it. But now, thanks to you, both Silfrost and I are safe and sound. The Garden Lost World was a cursed object that robs anyone who's trapped inside it of their, well, will to live. I never had much of that to begin with, so it wasn't so bad for me. But if Silfrost had been there in just a little longer, he might have nothing. You were standing right back up on your own in there. What the heck is your deal, Sephiroth? How can your mind be built like baggies?
Why so mad all of a sudden?
I don't know. Octavatron! It just came out, okay? Ugh. What you did in there is so shocking, it's actually kind of infuriating. It makes me wonder just how serious you are about, well, anything.
I see. Now I understand. It's true. Senpai's mental state never changes, whether he's doing his job as master or just being senpai. Even when he seems to be casually eating his dinner, he's actually quite serious about it. Very strange.
No, that's not what I'm... Then again, maybe it is. You really don't run from anything, do you? Even Norwich. You ran all the way to the harbor even when everyone was trying to stop you.
Hey, you didn't run away either.
You know, I guess I didn't, did I? I sure didn't go to the harbor, though.
I didn't mean that. I meant from being the child of prophecy.
Huh?
Oh my! Is that romance in the air? Wait, no, hang on. That's not romantic love. It's platonic love and admiration.
Admiration? Okay. Pepe. Right. I almost forgot. I was only able to find this place thanks to Pepperoncino. I went after Balhan Sith after she abducted you two. But then, just when I was trying to figure out where you were, Pepperoncino swooped in and saved the day.
You know it, hun. It took a lot out of me, but I ran all the way here with these long legs of mine. There's a reason I'm so proud of them. I wasn't sure at first whether I should help or not, but Mashi was just barreling ahead so frantically. I mean, she sprinted from Edinburgh to New Darlington so fast she actually kicked up dust clouds. So, I simply couldn't help but step in, you know?
Thanks, Count Pepperon. By the way, what is this place?
New Darlington. I know this match because I've been keeping an eye on the place from a nearby hill. New Darlington is Barrow's citadel. I've been looking for a chance to sneak in for a long time. Up till now, I never found any openings I could use thanks to all of Morgan's monitoring spells. But when I saw that Mashi was about to charge straight in from the main gate, I thought, oh well, c'est la vie, and stopped her before it was too late. Then we snuck in together.
That's right. Pepperoncino used Magecraft, to find you, Senpai.
All I did was follow the thread of the bond you shared with Mash. If anything, I'm the one who should be thanking you. I never would have thought this place was on the outskirts of New Darlington otherwise.
New Darlington's outskirts?
That's right. We're in an underground sanctuary. We came in through a little church out in the woods near the shore. Too bad, it looks like this place is possibly overrun with nasties now. Anyway, let's focus on getting out of here, shall we? This is the deepest floor of the sanctuary, a prison 18 meters below ground. It's a long and winding way back to the surface, so make sure you're nice and limbered up first. I assume it was super cramped in that tiny little bit... Artoria?
You've got it all wrong, Count. I don't think any kind of love is in the cards for me, but...
Haven't seen that face in a while.
Yes, I'm ready. Of course I'm ready.
Oh my, her shoulders are as tense as anything. I do hope she'll be able to loosen up eventually. Well, we can worry about that later. Besides, it doesn't look like I need to stick my nose in any of that. I have a feeling time will solve a lot of these problems.
Huh?
Oh, don't you mind little old me. Now, come on, let's hurry to the surface. And just so you know, Sephiroth, I'm counting on you to handle any nasties we run into in the way. Run into on the way. Okay, fuck me.
Sorry. Right, go this one. Yeah, right. You get back in line.
弱き者、醜き者、宝具を目を背けないで。そう、いいでしょう。私の足元で許しを乞いなさい。落ちよ、ロードレス・キャメロット。早炊きですよ、早炊きですよ。軽く白兵戦、今のうちに準備。目を背けないぞ。そう、いいでしょう。私の足元で許しを乞いなさい。落ちよ、ロードレス・キャメロット。
Something that haunts underground.
すべて見つめます。簡単に終わらないよ。白兵戦、行きます。もちろんいい判断です。ここでまっすぐ輝き逃がすものか。手に入らない。早炊きですよ。軽めやり目を背けないで。ここでまっすぐモルゴー。
What? Oh my god.
よく言いました。それは絶えず見た滅びの夢。最果てにありながら鳥は明日を語るでしょう。ロードレス・キャメロ。ありがとうございます。皆さんのおかげです。
After arriving at British Lostbelt, all I found were vast stretches of nothingness and a tree of emptiness towering over them. There was no sign of anything resembling a country. This what-if version of Britain had ended in abject failure long ago. Whatever history it may have had was long since gone. Looks like Wodan was all worked up over nothing. Still, none of that changed the fact that I was bored out of my skull. So I did what any good crypter would do and decided to do. Summon a servant. Summon a servant.
I am Morgan, the Fairy Queen, a ruler. I have come in response to your summons. You there, descendant of witches. Are you my master?
I couldn't have made a worse first impression. He saw through me in a single glance. Still, I managed to summon Morgan. Morgan, the Fairy Queen. The woman who made King Arthur's life hell. Red Witch who brought Camelot to its knees. If anyone could keep things interesting, it was her. I could even take her to the other Lostbelts to mess around there. I sure am. Nice to meet you, Morgan. You and me, we're gonna have lots of fun together. As long as I could keep killing people, it was all good for as far as I was concerned. So I welcomed Morgan into the fold, put my trust in her, and decided to turn in for the night. Huh? I went to sleep in an open field and woke up in a bed so fancy it almost made me sick.
Welcome to Fairy Britain, Barrel Gut. Did you sleep well last night? The Tree of Emptiness is dead. The foreign god's plans are no concern of mine.
Huh? What do you... Whoa, you're right. It really is all dried up and dead. The hell were you thinking?
I have no further use for it. Fairy Britain is no longer a Lostbelt. And while I myself am no longer a servant, I am willing to keep you on as my husband, Barrel Gut. This would purely for appearance's sake, but the pretense will benefit us both.
Hang on. What the hell's going on here? A span of a single night, this barren island had become a civilized nation. There was no way I could tell Wodan that, so I gave up and accepted Morgan's offer to be her husband. The next 6 months were crazy. Tamlin Tristan, Valpon Sith, took a liking to me after I told her about proper human history. It was pretty cute the way her eyes would always light up when she pestered me to tell her more about the outside world. She was especially taken with fashion and had a particular fascination with the latest shoe designs. I'm guessing she'd never found anywhere to belong in the land of Fae. Later, we built the National Slaughterhouse Theater in the dowdy old city of New Darlington. There, we put on every fun kind of show we could think of. Fairies hated Valpon Sith well before I came along. I just poured fuel on that fire. Oh, I see. That must be what happened. After thinking over for a while, I figured out what was going on. I summoned Morgan for proper human history, but when I woke up the next morning, this Lostbelt's Morgan has taken her place. There's no way there could be two Morgans in Britain. She's always been one of a kind. So at some point, proper human history Morgan must have transformed into Lostbelt Morgan.
Correct. When you summoned me, I saw what had become of this British Lostbelt. Even in this hypothetical world, Britain still collapsed 2,000 years ago. This I could not allow. In an instant, I grasped both what had taken place in this Lostbelt's history and the mechanism of Chaldea's summoning system. I deciphered the secret of ray shifting and used them myself.
I knew it! Ah damn! You really are a monstrous genius among monstrous geniuses, aren't you? You ray-shifted yourself back in time and rewrote Britain's entire history. And you did it all within a few hours of me summoning you. Damn, girl! Oh, so is that what that was all about? Were you in a hurry to fix things because this place couldn't have come about as long as I knew about the old Lostbelt?
True. I did need to alter the past while your consciousness was shut down. Information is the only thing which can be ray-shifted. To ray-shift a living person to a singularity, one must first use a coffin to transform the body into pseudo-spiritrons. Pure information. Impressive though this theory of magecraft is, it is only made possible by singularities existing outside normal space-time. However, that is still no more than a way to correct distortions. A system that can only function within the confines of a singularity. Ray shifting is not time traveling, and thus cannot be used to alter the past. However, I already existed in this Lostbelt. I was here in Fae Era 4000 as the Fairy of Paradise sent from Avalon.
I see. So you sent your own knowledge back into the past. Servants are ghost liners, which is just concentrated information when you get down to it. Of course, even a servant would normally disperse as soon as they ray-shifted anywhere that wasn't a singularity. But if there was someone on the other end to receive that information, like a pre-existing email account, well, that's another story entirely. In proper human history, you were a witch who was defeated by King Arthur and lost your hold over Britain. As that history's Queen Morgan, you were rejected by the entire Isle. So you decided to entrust those memories, that information, to the version of yourself that was born in this Lostbelt, didn't you?
Correct. Following that ray shift, the Morgan to proper humans to Bashef, the Morgon of proper history. The servant you summoned ceased to exist. But in exchange for her resolve, the Morgon of this Lostbelt learned the fate that awaited her. In the first, original version of the Fey era, the Fairy of Paradise was murdered, and all but a handful of fairies were wiped out in the great calamity of Fey era 12,000. Once I learned of that truth from my proper human history self, I was able to escape my would-be murderers and survive. I then changed the course of that destructive history and killed the Tree of Emptiness. Doing so will ultimately destroy this Lostbelt, but it also provided me with an opportunity. So long as someone capable of keeping this world alive remained, this Lostbelt would transform from fantasy into reality. That is the world in which you find yourself. This is the era of the High Queen. This land is my fairy Britain. I built it with my own hands, and no one will ever take it from me.
Yup, she's one hell of a woman. Probably the scariest one I've ever met in my life. She rage-shifted her own will into the past while I was asleep, even though it cost her her life. Then the Morgon from this Lostbelt inherited that knowledge, killed the Tree of Emptiness, and made a new history just for her. I don't like to think about this next part too much, but I probably disappeared too while all that was going on. I had seen a version of Britain from 2019 where the Tree of Emptiness was still alive and well. So I must have died at night after falling asleep, and of me thinking these thoughts is just a look-alike Morgon whipped up the next morning.
Is that a problem?
Nope, all good here. When you've already been resurrected to suit someone else's purposes once before, why worry about a second time? Still, things are going to be different now. Without a Tree of Emptiness in the way, the era of the High Queen has been firmly established. You can't bring any more dead people back to life to iron out inconsistency, and any outsiders who show up won't be able to mess with it either. You do know the Chaldeans are going to do everything they can to destroy this Britain of yours, right?
I see no reason to be concerned with them. My enemy is your colleague, and Olympus's Tree of Emptiness, which now covers the entire planet.
Damn. So you're planning to go on the offensive against a distant Lostbelt next? Granted, that probably is more urgent for you. But still, Woldheim's no pushover, you know? And those Olympian guards seem like pretty bad news too. Besides, Woldheim doesn't seem especially pitiful or interesting. Killing him would be a pretty big risk, and there wouldn't be much reward even if I succeeded.
Are you saying you have no wish to fight Olympus's cryptor? Did you not tell me that each cryptor is competing with the others? Is that not why you were all resurrected? To vie to become the king of this planet.
Nah, I don't know about the others, but I got zero interest in being a king.
Then why did you answer the foreign god's call? Was mere survival your only concern?
Well, yeah. Imagine you suddenly woke up dead, and a mysterious voice says, "You're gonna stay that way unless you accept the offer." Isn't it natural for humans to bet on any opportunity that would mean life over death?
Not for you. You have no attachment to your own life, and neither do you place any value on the lives of others. You live only for the moment, and seek nothing beyond that. You are prepared to meet your end at any time. A man such as you would never awaken simply to living.
Ah, you're giving me way too much credit, Your Majesty. I'm just your everyday hedonist. Sure, living's a pain in the ass, but I can deal with that as long as there's enough fun stuff to make up for it. Take Tamlin Godwin, for instance. She seems interesting. It'd be fun to mess with her. Friggin, on the other hand, seems boring. He'd be better off as a villain of a B-movie. That's all there is to me, Morgon. Incidentally, you seem boring too, by which I mean you won't be any good for helping me pass the time. So, you can just relax and do your queen thing. Besides, I'm not strong enough to kill you anyway.
What about Tristan, then? How do you see her?
Lady Spino, huh? She's a jewel, that's for sure. I'm happy to take good care of a pretty young lady like that. But she's a dead end. She's neither pitiful nor interesting. Just the thought of harming her arms and legs makes my chest tighten up. The more promising someone's future is, the more it makes me want to ruin it. And believe me, I'm aware of how bad that makes me sound. I guess putting someone pitiful out of the misery is just my way of expressing my love.
Did anyone else feel that tremor? It almost felt like the prelude to an earthquake. An earthquake? We almost never get those in Britain.
Let's hurry. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Pepe, are you not feeling well? I couldn't help but notice that you haven't quite seemed like yourself.
Oh, Mashy, you really don't miss anything, do you? Well, don't worry about me. I'm just feeling a little bummed out, that's all. But I do appreciate you looking out for me. Thanks, Mashy. Now, come on. Once we get through that door and out to the hall, there's a straight shot back to the surface. So let's get going already. You guys still aren't anywhere close to done.
Wow! The bodies are rotten! They're corpses! The remains of the people who died in the calamity Darlington 100 years ago come back to life. Now I see. This was a human burial ground. Alright. If they mean to attack us, we'll just have to defend ourselves. I'll keep the fighting to a minimum and secure a path to the upper floors.
Emperon says, no, stop it.
むしろ上がります
Well, can attack, can't use skills and seal and MP. Right. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, what? You're not gonna attack him? Well, that's boring. I went to a lot of trouble to release these humans Morse from the observation room, too. Farewell. Hiya, Soapboss. This makes, what, 3 times we run into each other now? Feels like you and I are more than just acquaintances by now, doesn't it?
You said these things are human Morse. Does that mean what I think it does?
As you can see, these things are human, but they're not corpses like you thought they were. There's only one dead body left in all of Britain. Nah, these guys are the fruit of a little research project I've been working on the last 6 months. I wondered, what would happen if you transplanted the Morse curse to a human? Well, here's the answer. They're alive, and they're dead. Dead, but alive. Being like that's so painful for them that all they can do is implore anyone who passes nearby for help. But that makes them pretty great parting gifts. Because now, Moore's poison can infect humans just as well as it can berries. Still, while I'm not surprised to see Mash show up, I didn't expect you to be here too, Pepperoncino. I didn't think you'd come all the way to Britain just to avenge old Wodime. I never pegged you for the hot-blooded type. If anything, I figured you were more like me. That's true. You're a cleaner, and I'm a killer. Neither of us were ever good people. Right. Wrong. Even whether this benefits me, none of that matters to me right now. I'm just here to kill you. If someone pisses scum like us off, that's all the reason we need to kill them, isn't it? You know, when you're right, you're right. Guess this means emotional appeals and peaceful discussion are off the table then. Another earthquake. That's right. As you can see, this burial ground's long past its prime, so I thought I'd give it a little renovation. Now, it's time to bury the evidence before Morgan finds out I got carried away with my experiments. I didn't have to tell you guys that, but hey, you, me, and Mash were all part of Team A once, right, Pepperoncino? So I figured the least I could do is warn you to scram before you wind up buried alive. I don't know about Sopras, but at least you two might be able to make it out of here in time. Barrel, get back here!
But he said these people are still alive.
Stay away from them! Don't you get it? You can't help them anymore. No one can! We're still deep underground. If we don't hurry out of here, we'll be dead too. Once we have a safe way out of here, then we can worry about rescuing anyone we can.
Got it.
I'll use Magecraft to help keep us safe. Let's hurry upstairs, Subrash.
Did we make it?
No, we're still underground. To reach the surface, we need to get to the farthest end of the sanctuary.
Stop! Go back to the staircase.
He just shut the door on us.
Phew, that was close. But it looks like I just made it. Sorry for kicking you all out so fast. I know my legs are just terribly long. Is anyone hurt? No? Oh, good.
What's going on, Count Pepperon?
Oh, there's just a little poison gas in here. Hang on while I go shut it off, okay? Don't worry. As you know, I trade in sugar dough. Up in the mountains, so karma doesn't affect me much. I can survive the gas for a good while.
Karma? I don't understand. What do you mean by...
I'd say this should take me about 3 minutes. I could do it faster if I wasn't so tired. But, oh well. So, Frost, Mashy, do you two trust me enough to wait until I get back?
Of course.
Great. Alrighty, I'm just gonna go take care of this. This should be fun. I haven't had a chance to use my full strength in a long time.
Alright, this part. Okay, it's been 3 minutes. I'm opening a door.
Oh my, 3 minutes already? Time does fly when you're having fun, doesn't it? There you go. It's all spick and span. Now, let's get out of here before it all comes crashing down, shall we?
I never doubted you could do it, Pepe. Although, exactly what kind of poisonous gas was it? The ceiling in here is about 40 meters high.
Was the gas heavier than air?
Something like that. All sorts of things tend to stagnate in the air under a cemetery.
Count Pepperon, are you?
Artoria?
Oh my, such fire in your eyes. Are you burning to continue our little love talk from earlier?
Never mind. It's nothing.
Oh? Well, that's too bad. I was so looking forward to chatting about romance. I guess that's just how you've always lived your life, Artoria? I do have my concerns about that, but this time, I appreciate it. In that case, mind keeping it to yourself until all's said and done? Thanks, hun. The lower levels must be completely buried by now. Come on, let's get out of here while we still can.
Right. The exit's just over there. I'll lead the way. There it is. Be careful, Master. I'm detecting a powerful hostile magical energy signal up ahead. Oh, come on! How did you get up here without a scratch on you? What the hell, guys? That should have taken at least one or two of you out. And you, Silfrost? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that really your idea of a Master Sworn to defend humanity? Huh? What are you talking about? Don't waste your time on the likes of him, Silfrost. I was hoping to take care of him myself, but would you three mind kicking his hiney for me? Just be thorough about it, yeah? We don't want him ever doing anything nasty again. Right. I'm sorry, Barrow, but we don't have any time to waste. If you're going to stand in our way, I'm going to have to force my way past you. I see. Guess you didn't care for my game then. Alright. Looks like I'll have to break out the big guns. Did he just deflect Mash's charge?
That magical energy aura. Stand back, everyone. Peace. Peace.
Sorry about this. I didn't want to have to show you. I didn't want to have to show this side of myself if I didn't have to. But I've waited long enough to be alone with Mash. Time for the rest of you to give us some privacy.
He has. No, it can't be. That's what Rose's spirit urging.
Damn. Aw, only 3-on-1 fight? Well, that's just great.
もともとこういう家系でね、送り狼には気をつけろって教わらなかったかい？捉えられるかしら？
Oh, you motherfucker, Mash! And Castoria!
シールドエフェクト、右のうちに準備の戦いですか。右のうちに準備。お両さんの真の力、あいつ食べていいか。
お両さん、出番だ。
負けないぞ。わかった。本気出す。
天坂矛に縫われし国津のオロチ。我なすことは我のみぞ知る。天かける。龍が如く。余裕がないぜ。おっと、ちょいと喉がほら死んでない。落ち着けよ。
あいつ食べていいか。
ダメだよ。
了解です。やってやるぞ。
酔いしれなさい。
それは全ての傷、全ての怨恨を癒す我らが故郷。権限せよ、ロードキャメロット。
おっと
もう一発。
ちょいと喉が渇いた。ほら死んでない。
Why are you bullying Mash, you
落
bastard?
ち着けよ兄弟。ああ行くよ。
はあ、行け。
よせっ
もう一発。
お嬢さん
任せる。
ちょいと喉が渇い
No.
た。死んでない。落ち着けよ
戦いですか。望まれることを
そいつは
望ま
め
れたように。それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカリバーン。イエーイ、ピースピース。
いやいや本気で頼むよ。
アマカ竜が如く。
余裕がないぜ。
今だぞ。
終わってますよ。ちょいと喉が渇いた。ほら死んでない。落ち着けよ
Jesus fuck, man. I hate this card deck.
もちろん負けないぞ。
そいつは名案。
ここでまっすぐ。今だぞ。
はい終わってますよ。ちょいと喉が渇いた。ほら
Get the fuck out of here.
死
Fuck
ん
you,
でない。
Castaway and Mash. Taking that
落ち
card
着けよ
deck. You don't deserve to take that.
あいつ食べていいか。
ダメだ。行くよ。行くとし
やってやるぞ。はあ、行け。
よっとせっ
もう一発。行くぞ。
Oh, come on!
ちょいと喉が渇いた。ほら死んでない。
Random crits, chances, bullshitting me.
我
行くとしまそいつは名案。天坂矛に縫われし国津のオロチ。我なすことは我のみぞ知る。天かける竜が如く。余裕がないぜ。せっ
もう一発。行け。
よっと
行くぞ。
おっとおっとちょいと喉が渇い
勝った。お嬢さん、カン。
た。いや終わっちゃダメでしょ。
God, I hate this stupid shit like random card deck. Bullshitting me. And that crit chances just boos me out or fucks me over, man.
What? Tired already? Oh, come on. I'm just getting started. I didn't go to the trouble of copying Woodrow's Spirit Urgent just for us to screw around.
That's Woodrow Spirit Urgent? Not Rhynex?
That's right. It belongs to the head of the Fang clan.
Either way, that doesn't change the fact that he has an A-ray Spirit Urgent. You don't have any weapons able to penetrate your Grand Duke of Waste's heat high.
Oh, look at you, little savior. Clever, ain't ya? Don't gotta tell you there's no point fighting, do I? Still, I wish your idiot friends would get it through their thick skulls that none of you are getting out alive. Isn't that right, Pepperoncino? Don't think I don't see you trying to sneak up on me.
Pepe!
One down. 3 to go. Later, Pepperoncino. Could have killed you whenever I wanted, but I was cutting you a break for old time's sake. Huh? Gah! Gross! I feel sick! You! What the hell did you do to me? What is this? Don't you recognize it? You've been testing on who knows how many people. I was carrying it off for 500 people, and now I passed it on to you. What? You bastard! You were already... That's right! I was already practically dead. So, how do you like the taste of your own damn curse? The one that reflects right back onto you when you kill someone? Gah! Bleh!
Swear to God, this next fight with that card deck, don't try to fuck with me this shit. Having like full card deck with Mash and Castoria than that main DPS. Such a bullshit.
Stop! Go back to the staircase! $200. $300. Oh my, I can't even count them all. This must be where he was keeping all the humans he was experimenting on. I knew Bill was a botanist and that he knew a lot about magecraft and potions. But I had no idea he could also abuse curses like this. Those British witches really are bad news, aren't they? There's no way we can get past all of them unharmed. Get too close and they'll come after you begging for help. Touch them and be poisoned. Kill them and get cursed. Well, Mash is immune to poison, so that probably wouldn't work on her. The real cruelty of it, though, is how it's meant to make you kill helpless innocents. Even if it's just a malicious prank taken too far. It'll hurt Mashy and Sopras the most. Scumbag or not, though, I'm still their senpai. I'll just have to handle this for them.
So you were extracting, huh?
There we go. All done. Now I just need to cast a little illusion. Move the bodies over to the corner. Hide all the blood and guts. And... oh gosh, just look at me. My outfit and makeups are all a mess. Makes sense though. One curse for every person I just killed. Now my intestines are pulverized and my skin is in tatters. It's going to take more than a trip to the spa to bounce back from this. Any halfway decent person will follow you all to the grave now. But I can't do that just yet. Would you all mind waiting just a little bit longer? I have one last thing I need to take care of. Yeah. What the shit? What is wrong with this head of the Fang Clan body? How the hell is the Morse curse even working on it? That's a little something for me, darling. I mixed in a little extra retaliating curse of my own to sweeten the deal, so to speak. A retaliating curse? You son of a... Is that any way to fight like a man? Ha ha. Please stop, Pharaoh. It really hurts to laugh right now.
This is no time to be laughing, Pepe. We need to treat you right away.
Thank you, Mashy, but don't you worry about that. Suckrosh, you know what you have to do.
Let's do this, Mash. Right. Preparing to take our hostile Black Wolf at full power. And 3-on-1. Now he's cursed.
やだね。戦いですか。今のうちに準備。へいへい、あいつ食べていいか。シールドエフェクト
ダメだよ。
発揮します。我はやります。
行くとしますか。
イエーイ、ピースピース。
いやいや、本気で頼むよ。
甘かった。優雅ごと
余裕がないぜ。
えい。
おっと。せっ。
How the fuck you missed that shit?
そこだ。どうだい。おっと。
さっさとかかってこーい。
ああ、
まとめ。
行くとしますか。
はあ。行け。
おっと。お嬢さん。
任せる。
Okay.
ちょいと喉が渇いた。そこだ。ほら。
Hey, no fair,
お
man.
っと。
何のために。神明会長。はい、了解です。
Wait a minute.
それはすべての傷、
Isn't that a voice coming
す
from
べ
like
て
the
の
old?
怨恨を癒す
What?
我らが故郷。権限せよ、ロードキャメロット。やー、
おっと。
倒れて。
おっと。
They're using the old movement set from that what that thing is.
どうだい。そこだ。おっと。
白兵戦行きます。
They're using the old movement set from that for the release date of that fake Grand Order. The for that thing like shit, I forgot what you call that singularity part. Like going from Ryuki to Okeanos, or London was changed. What the hell, man? Was that Aniplex or the light work or Lassenjo did that on purpose?
何のために。
お嬢さん、そいつは名案。
あれはいつか見た終わりの星。どれほど遠く汚れても私は星を探すのです。さあ、幕を開けてアラウンドカリバーン。
天坂矛に縫われし国津のオロチ。我なすことは我のみぞ知る。天かける龍が如く。余裕がないぜ。せっ。
もう一発。
落ち着けよ。どうだい。そこだ。おっと。
Okay,
やだね。今のうちに準備を。白兵戦行きます。
行く。
任せろ。はあ。行け。
お嬢さん。
任せる。
ちょいと喉が渇いた。死んでない。どうだい。おっと。
ステータス頑張り。シールドエフェクト発揮します。神明。
お嬢さん、行くとしますか。
私は最悪の。それはすべての傷、すべての怨恨を癒す我らが故郷。権限せよ、ロードキャメロット。
but the MP part doesn't. Like they're using the old movement set and voice line. So
イエーイ、ピースピース。
いやいや、本気で頼むよ。
甘か優雅ごと
余裕がないぜ。
done.
おいおい、こんなのありかよ。
今のうちに
Whatever. It's over.
はあ、鐘の音が聞こえる。
I'm almost nearing leveling up that mystic code. God! Really? Dead? Damn it. I'm impressed. Peperoncino. Alright, I see how it is. I admit, you got me. I'm the one who messed up. So I'll be the one to run for it.
He escaped to the skylight. I guess we won't be able. I guess we won't be following him. Not that it matters now.
Pepe! Pepe!
Oh, was I sleeping? Silly me. I can't believe I missed your big fight scenes. Still, at least I can tell from your faces that you won. Even though you both look like you're about to cry. Come now, cheer up. You're supposed to smile and high-five after you win a fight, not rain on your own parade.
But we wouldn't be alive now if not for you. And we didn't even realize what you've done for us.
Oh? Whatever are you talking about? All I did was try to sneak attack Belle and failed miserably. So of course things turned out this way. Besides, it's only right that I be the one to take responsibility for my actions, you know? Now, go on. You need to get going already. This was just a detour, remember? Don't worry about me. This is as far as I go. I'm already dead anyway.
We should at least get you outside.
Oh, so frost. Mashy I can understand, but not you. Carrying the dead will only slow you down. Especially now, when I'm full to bursting with curses. Besides, we're enemies. We were always going to go our separate ways sooner or later. Not to mention, I really am a despicable murderer. I just went after someone worse this time. Believe me, you two have no reason to mourn someone like me.
But I still don't know anything about that side of you.
Exactly. I'm glad you never did. I'm glad my lovely little Kohai never ended up hating me.
Pepe.
Hey now, no crying. Besides, Pharaoh and I are cut from the same cloth. We're both worthless, good-for-nothings at heart. I was always thinking more about how things would end than how long they'd keep going. Do you know why people like me violate the law? It's not because we want to do bad things. We just want to get out of keeping on for keeping on's sake. The laws people make are meant to help them flourish longer and better, just like humanity itself. So after defying them, ignoring them, and breaking them, the bills finally come due. But you two aren't like that. You two want to keep on keeping on, right? Then that's exactly what you should do. You should keep running and running until you've gone so far people like me can't even see you anymore. You have to do at least that much if I'm going to die by myself. I'm too much of a coward otherwise. Go on now. Take Mashy and get out of here. You're her master, aren't you?
Okay. Thanks, Pepe. It's been a blast.
Why, thank you, darling. It's been a blast for me, too. Don't forget, now that you come this far, you better say Britain and Artoria. As something of an expert on curses, I can sense what type it is that's covering our Britain now. Listen to me closely. Your real enemy here is someone who's out to bring an end to everything. Remember that well, and don't let your guard down until it's well and truly over. Goodbye, Pepe. Good. They made it to exit. That wraps up the last of my unfinished business. I'm not scared or in pain anymore, but I guess I do still have some bitter memories.
I killed them. All of them. Ran out a few minutes while the moon was hidden behind clouds. I killed all 400 members of my clan while they slept. It was quick and methodical, like mowing a lawn. Like how I mowed down all those sick, helpless people earlier. When I was 10 years old, my clan expected great things of me, saw me as the first genius born to the clan since our founder's day. I wanted to live up to expectations, but it simply wasn't possible. I was born with different inclinations. My heart and my body never quite fit. My mind was fundamentally opposed to being the kind of person the well at large demanded I be. My clan wanted me to father lots of children, so my superior genes would be passed down and preserved. But I just couldn't do it. Some people understood me, but there was nobody else like me. I heard whispers from some people wishing I had been fake talentless, so they could have given up on me. But I wasn't especially bothered. I never had any grudges or complaints. I did wonder why I'd been born the way I was. But I didn't begrudge anyone, or hate anyone, or feel bad about my situation. I knew I couldn't help having been born who I am. It wasn't my plan to. It wasn't my place to gripe about it, and it wasn't worth asserting my rights over either. The only thing I felt a little bad about was knowing that there would never be anything more to my life. Rojinsu is the power to know your own fate. By the time I was 10 years old, I knew that my soul would never be reincarnated again. I might have been sad about that if I'd still been in the middle of my journey, but instead, knowing this would be my last life. I only felt pity for this imperfect will, and the fate all humans are given. Fast forward 10 years. There was nothing left for me to learn on the mountain, and so I decided to put it behind me. But before I did that, there was something else I needed to do. Right before they died, they all looked at me with such shock as if to say, "Why are you doing this?" We've all been through a lot together. We may have been irredeemable scum, but we were still practically family. Yes, I did love everyone in the Myorenji clan, but that child has no talent whatsoever. We should put him out of his misery now. Don't be ridiculous. Still soft, that's all. Just put out one of his eyes out and make him kill his little brother. That'll make him awaken to his true talent. Good point. Better bet on one making it than getting rid of both of them. Exactly. Besides, that's what they did to us when we were that age, right? When I overheard that conversation, I cried. I knew then that there was no place in modern society for a clan with karma like that. That was my last memory as Myorenji Aru. After that, I completely forgot everything that happened on that mountain. I also stopped thinking of what I did as a crime. Really, I stopped thinking of it as part of my past at all.
I swear, I really am scum. After everything I did, I still have nothing but fond memories of my time there. No wonder I was fated to die alone. That's what I get for killing everyone else myself. Really, it was shameless of me to even consider wanting to go out on a high note. Oh? So that's why he did that. I can't believe I only just realized it now. Aha! I swear. I always thought it was sudden. Even for him. Thank you, David. Thank you for using that once-in-a-lifetime ticket. You come see me when I was at my most beautiful.
Oh, Pepe's dead. Let's finish this and then call off. Pepe.
I didn't know the Count for very long. But I could tell he killed a lot of people, just like he said. He had no sympathy for those he killed, but for himself as he was about to die. He was cruel and cold-blooded, so much so that we really don't need to waste time warning him. That being said, he was under no delusions about who he was, and he never lied to you. He was so true to himself, it was almost scary. He really did do whatever he liked, however he felt like it. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is...
He was just doing what he wanted to, right? Actually, no. He always was good about taking care of others.
Right. I'm sure he would have smiled and said so himself. He was a strange, mysterious sort of person through and through. He was more egalitarian with himself and those around him than anyone I've ever met.
Okay. Let's go. There, I see them. Your tracking capabilities truly are exceptional, Lady Da Vinci.
You know it. Now, I'm really glad I added a camera function to Tiphone. iPhone? Hey! So fast! Mash! Artoria! Are you guys okay? Come on, we've got places to be. I see. So, Pepe's.
What a loss. I was always hoping he would take over as the new head of Norwich one day.
Yeah, it's sad. But I'm afraid you'll have to mourn him later. Don't you got something to tell them, Da Vinci? I could tell him myself if you like, but I figure it's better coming from you. Oh, right. Artoria, we got an emergency message from Oberon. It said, the Round Table Army has captured Oxford. You can ring the bell of pilgrimage at any time. Please, get here before the Queen's army comes to retake it. That's right. Percival beat the Fang clan while we were away up north, so we don't even have to fight this time. Now come on, let's get to Oxford as soon as we can. Yeah. Man, 3.5 hours of stream. What a long for that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna do a next time for that Avalon Lit Bay for live stream. So I'll see you guys in the next part of that live stream video. So, peace out, and have a good night.